Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It is now our second day exploring Innistrad Midnight Hunt Standard. No Throne of Eldraine to be found. No Ikoria, no companions. It's the
Get
brave
that
new
stuff
world.
out of there. Get it out of there.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
I'm not going to be Ember Cleaved. I'm not going to Ember Cleave you. You know, we're just going to attack. And hear me out. Block. We can block in this format. Blocking is back on the menu. It's exciting stuff.
Well, I don't know if we're going to have a lot of blocking in this first matchup. Because
Well, not this one.
I'm
But
not playing very many creatures.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
playing a lot of creatures that can't block.
Yeah. Scratch that out in post.
But we'll have some blocking later on, don't
Yeah,
worry,
there we
especially
go.
in the last two matchups. And I agree, the format is just going to get a lot more dynamic, a lot less polarizing.
Yeah.
I think it's that mid-range that got pushed out by the power of Throne of Eldraine and the power of Ikoria, really.
Yeah.
Decks,
Just all the aggro decks look like mid-range decks. So actual mid-range deck with removal spell and counter spells just isn't a thing anymore. You know,
Yeah.
It's like all the aggro decks were also mid-range decks, and that's not fun. We learned. So yeah.
too much inherent card advantage. there.
Exactly.
So now you're going to be playing an aggressive deck that doesn't have nearly as much inherent card advantage, but certainly has a lot of internal synergy because it's a tribal deck going
Yeah.
for some zombones.
Some zombones. This is something we usually really want to wait until later on to be able to explore these tribal decks, until you get all the zombies, but I just couldn't resist. I really wanted to try to jump to it. And there's a decent amount of zombies that we still have in the holster, AK, before this set. I can imagine we're going to get a staple for this deck still to come with the previous season, but we're working with what we can for now. So what we got, the main ones, Champion of the Parish, in zombie form here. I think this card's going to be really good if given the right tools. And then Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia? Nephalia? Okay.
Remember Nephalia Drownyard?
Oh, that's right. That was that set, huh?
Yeah, that's Innistrad.
God, that was not fun, though, right? Didn't it just become that was the win con in a lot of control decks?
Yeah, it was great. I played that at Grand Prix Baltimore.
Yeah. Dirtily controls. I guess I did play my fair share of those with like Dranu, Lich decks, Mystical Teaching back in the day. Chef's keys.
Yeah.
Anyways, not what we're doing here, but this is the nice 1-2 punch that I really wanted to explore. Champion, if this card was a zombie, I think they very purposely made this a human wizard instead of a human wizard zombie or something, because I think this would be insane. Being turn 1 this, turn 2 this, get a zombie, this is a 3/3. Next turn you play any zombie and you're attacking for 4. That seems pretty good.
And ready to make it a 5/5 on that end step. So
Yeah, and making a 5 on the end step. So that is a little too powerful, I imagine. Still, being able to get a zombie every single turn and trigger this, I think, is going to be excellent. We have my preview card here of Blade Stitch Scab, and pumping the zombies is not quite a lord, so that is a big deal. The +1/+0 is huge. If this was +1/+1 for 2, we'd really be cooking, but still a decent card. Tainted.
the big thing on that is the 3 toughness. So that, play with fire isn't going to touch it. Early frostbites aren't going to touch it.
Yep.
So that I think is very important.
I do think that is a big deal, and that stats 2 mana 2/3 already good. If we get an ability that's plus, even better. And then Tainted Adversary, being able to crank out some zombies. I'm pretty medium on this card. If anything, it's a 2 mana 2/3 zombie, going with these stats 3/3 with the Scab, but the ability could be great if I get really flooded. If I can activate this twice, it seems pretty strong. Even for 5 mana, you get a 3/4 with a 2/2.
With 2/2/2s.
Oh, it's with 2.
You get double the number.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm a little happier on this. Unfortunately, these 2 cards are not the reading helps when you check out cards. It's pretty crazy. But these 2 are not the biggest of combos, because you are making a bunch of zombies with Decayed, so you're not going to be triggering this again. Minor thing that might come up. And then here are the cards that I'm kind of iffy about. 1, this isn't a zombie. So I mostly just want to try this to see if the card is good enough to make it in a deck like this and just see, even if it's better in another kind of a deck. Maybe a black-red deck is going to be this deck's really nice home with all the stuff we've been seeing. But I wanted to try it out today, mostly just to see. And then Siege Zombie, it's just a common filler, that more than likely is not going to make the shell. But if I can go wide on you and start draining when you've locked me down a little bit or something, it might be okay.
Yeah, I think in matchups where your opponent is playing to the battlefield and playing defense with their own creatures,
Yeah.
and then you have this wide battlefield of decayed zombies that can't really do much of anything. Siege Zombie offers you a way to at least get some value out of them.
Yeah.
Force through some damage. So I see the role that it plays, but it is certainly an underpowered card.
It's a weak card, absolutely. So what do you got against me?
On my side, I talked on Tuesday about building a deck with Imrith in a sort of mid-range shell. I kind of went even deeper into a control shell, a little bit slower, just heavy removal.
Okay.
And that was really motivated by the mana. I think I played way too many Snarls on Tuesay's show, so I have 0.
You played at least one, right?
Yeah.
That's too many.
So I've got 0 in my decks today.
Good call. Same.
Yeah. And instead, I am playing the full 8 copies of these slow lands with Haunted Ridge and Shipwreck Marsh in a Grixis shell. And then the key addition here is the Celestis, sort of a glorified manolith.
1 second. Before, just to really make it easy to explain what night and day is, will you read that card to the audience? Because it really simplifies it. Story time with Ross. Give that man his full cam. Let's head to Storyland. There once was a time.
If it's neither day nor night, it becomes the day as the Celestis enters the battlefield. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. 3 tap. If it's night, it becomes a day. Otherwise, it becomes a night.
Oh,
Activate only as a sorcery.
of course.
Whenever day becomes night, or night becomes day, you gain 1 life. You may draw a card. If you do, discard a card.
Oh my God, what a nice, beautiful story. And apparently that's a magic card. So we were talking about that on the podcast, and I was like, that is a ridiculous way to explain day and night for this set. It is absurd to me.
But essentially a glorified manolith here, but it fixes our mana, which is important because the mana base is not super great.
Yeah.
And so that little extra bit of fixing is great, but more importantly, it bridges the gap from 3 to 5. I noticed without Extinction Event in these decks, as that card rotated, you don't really have a lot to do on 4 mana, unless you're a green deck, in which case you have 7,000 broken cards at every spot in the curve, because that's how green works.
What about the blue card that just got spoiled? That like new factor fiction.
Yeah,
Maybe that's something in,
That could be good, but that's not the kind of deck I'm trying to play.
Okay.
My other contention with building this deck is that I don't want to be reactive against werewolves. I want to be proactive, so I have very few counterspells, no 3 mana cancel variants, just a couple Disdainful Strokes and 1 negate.
Okay.
So very few counterspells. I'm a tap-out control deck.
Cool.
So I am curving out. I've got Expressive Iteration as my major source of card advantage, at least from spells.
Yeah.
I'm curving out into Imrith, which is great with the Celestis. Also have Shadow's Verdict as my sweeper now. So trying to cast those spells on turn 4 fairly often. Plethora of different removal spells. You see 1 copy of Infernal Grasp as another new card. But my main, removal spell is going to be Dragon's Fire, which works very well with Imrith, of course.
Okay.
So we can deal 5 damage to things.
So you're saying my removal spell is not going to be good?
It's not going to be great. I can make some birds. You can kill a bird.
Okay.
With my Alrund's Epiphany. You can also, I guess if I cast a Valky, you could kill that. But I can't imagine I'm going to be casting that very often because that's my other main win condition is Tybalt in the late game. So
I love that we're going back-to-back days of one of us playing Power Word Kill into a deck that only has either angels or dragons available. But honestly, this just could be the thing. Maybe
I
this
don't
removal
think Power
spell.
Word Kill is going to be good.
Yeah.
And so I'm not playing any, even though I'm a base Dimir deck. I'm adding more red cards to my deck to play Dragon's Fire.
Sure.
But I think the mana should work. I'm playing the full 8 copies of these slow lands, which might seem a little awkward, but in this deck, playing 1 tapped on turn 1 is perfectly fine. And my land count is relatively high. I have 18 other lands, 26 total if you count double face cards. And that means if you do the math, 18 over 60, if you multiply by your 7 card opening hand, 7 times 18 is what, 126? So you're at 2.1 on average in your opening hand.
Yeah.
So I should have 2.1 other lands than these in my opening hand. And if you have 2, then these are great lands.
Perfect.
So they fit in the mana base pretty well.
Well, if you have 7.1 cards, I'm going to call you a cheater because that's more than the 7 cards you're allowed to have. So just saying. We got a rules lawyer in here, Rob.
I mean, we don't make mistakes here. We never cheat.
Yeah.
That's
Nothing's
true.
ever happened.
That's true.
Trying to rules lawyer me when he hasn't lost the marbles in like a month and a half.
Yeah, hey, I want to give them. Todd may actually have them, but they're honorary over here since I did take down Tuesday's show.
Not very many, sexy new cards in my deck, but
Yeah.
I always like to highlight the fact that Magic is a game driven by the mana engine.
Yep.
The mana engine is what defines the terms of engagement in
Yep.
so many different ways. And I think this is a deck that really takes advantage of the available mana in a very smart way.
Yep.
In a very powerful way, even if it's not using many new spells.
Yep. No, I totally agree. I think it's mana and removal. That's one lesson I've learned from Brad. Brad just being, one of the best standard deck builders, of all time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just finding the holes in mana and what removal is being played, and then play something that kind of dodges it, and I think that is step one to just a really good early deck. Now, we don't know exactly what's going to be going on, so right now we're just throwing stuff at a dartboard, but we'll find out eventually.
We will indeed. I will be on the play here for game number 1.
Okay.
What do we got? I have a 1-land hand that I will be sending back.
Was it 1.1 or was it just 2.1? All right, sucks for you. I'll be keeping my hand. That is very awkward because, well, I'm playing a snow mana base. This is snow zombies, which sounds pretty terrifying, actually. Like just zombies that are just frostbit coming out of like big snow piles and coming at you. Seems scarier than less smelly than like rotting zombies in a hot summer day, but
that's just literally how I imagine life in North Dakota, though.
That's true. Yeah, like it's basically right here is you come out right here, and underneath that is your car. You're scraping it off,
exactly. and then the snow zombies come and get you.
Exactly.
And you have to fend them off with your ice scraper.
And right there, the horns that are all covered in ice. That's my fro when it's freezing. I have to chip it away a little bit, and yeah. That's pretty much it. That's life in North Dakota. Don't go there. I'm serious. Just don't.
It's not even the best Dakota.
It's probably, but they're both bad. They're both cold.
So real quick, had some
We're gonna make
questions
like
here
4 people
early
really mad.
about Cathartic Pyre. 1 and a red for an instant. Choose 1. Cathartic Pyre deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards.
I think this one's good. This could be the new. So here's a thing that I was thinking for like black red aggro decks. That's the next deck I really want to try, but I'm waiting for a little bit more to be spoiled. And there you want to just play Dragonfire, but you're probably not playing dragons. So a card like this is perfect, and especially if you have like either flashback cards or let's say I think Skyclave Shade is just going to be a main deck card. I just think it's good. And like discard 2 Skyclave Shades, draw 2 cards when you don't need to kill something. I think this could be a removal spell in non-Goldspan red decks.
Even in Goldspan decks, if the metagame is such that you don't really need that 4th point of damage for the threats that people are playing. Now, I don't suspect that will happen because other people will have Goldspan dragons.
Yeah.
But just in case that happens to be the case, to be what's going on, then you could certainly play this in other decks as well. So it just. The way I look at removal spells now is I never rank them and just say like this one is better than this one because that's not really how it works. It's which ones are powerful enough to be in that top tier that I'm always looking at, and then I just choose which ones I want out of that tier based on the metagame, and some other ones can enter that tier for like brief periods of time if the metagame is particularly skewed to make them good. So this I think is a removal spell that clearly enters that top tier, and we'll see regular play throughout its time in Standard, and it'll just depend between it and Dragon's Fire which one you want specifically in your deck.
Agreed. And I do think if you are a dragon deck, or maybe just in general, if you can get it to 4 damage in any way, it's probably going to be better because Goldspan and Azeka's Chariot, they're not going away. Yeah. They're not going away at all, but
yeah, definitely.
How's your hand? A little better?
No, this is also a 1-lander that needs to get sent back. Just can't ever draw lands.
Oh man, it's starting off to be a good day, Rob. Hey Rob, you shorted him on lands again. Like I paid you that $20 for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. That was for a different thing. Yeah, no.
Rob, I know where you live.
Yeah, you were yelling at me yesterday about cards you wanted to add. I know.
That is so funny. That is so funny. Instead of having to like actually message him, you can just yell in the other room, be like, "Rob, new card is spoiled. Will you change my deck 4 cards? Thanks. Okay, bye."
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing that too, Rob. I know it'd be faster for me to just call you or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to your house, just knock on your window at all hours, and just be like, "Hey, Rob, new card spoiled.
Perfect.
Take out those negates."
Okay.
All right.
Well, getting to 8 here.
Yeah, my hand is looking a lot better now that you're down to 5 magical cards.
This is definitely a keep.
Okay.
We're definitely putting this one back. The question is, what other card do I put back? I think it's got to just be this one and hope to find another land.
All
I guess
right.
it could also be here. That might make sense. Yeah, I think I have to put that one back, actually. I just don't have enough extra resources to be able to leverage it.
All right, bring it on.
And I will lead on a Seagate Reborn. Tapped.
Okay. I'm going to start with an ice tunnel, also known as a underpass in North Dakota. Pass to you.
Okay. I'll play a Murkwater Pathway, and let's check for some traps.
Okay.
You got any?
I got a lot of traps.
Any traps?
I got good cards. My hand was excellent.
Yes, your classic Ice Tunnel Champion of the Parish to draw.
Yes, and I'm only playing 4 islands. I don't know. Maybe I got the mana base wrong, but I did some blue cards for this and the other Zombie Lord, but this hand is classic, to say the least. This is probably the best zombie that we got next to the zombie Snow Lord that carries over. This card's going to be really good in combat or against red-based decks. Not going to be that great against you, to be honest, but it is a good one to keep an eye on.
This is a pretty good hand against
It
my
is
hand.
pretty good, yeah. Just good cards,
Good
yeah.
mix of stuff, good curve. I can't really poke a hole.
Don't worry, I poked my own hole in the curve
Yeah.
with my mana base.
I will take the white.
Okay.
I'll lose a life from that, go to 19,
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right.
Just the most aggressive card in Corey's hand for next turn.
Yep. All right, champion and a land, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, got a Haunted Ridge.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to play a Faithless Haven and attack you for 1 damage point.
I'll go to 18.
Okay, and then I'll play this Graveyard Transporter. It's day.
Yeah.
I'll exile this, and you lose a life.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I go to 17, you go to 21.
Yep.
Okay. On your end step, I'll Infernal Grasp the Trespasser. Puts me to 15.
Okay. You got it. It has not been warded.
Oh, that is ward discard card.
Yeah, oh yeah. So you've lost 2 life. It kept my creature around. That was not your best play.
Hold on.
We made mistakes, Rob, here on Versus Live.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Unsurprisingly, I forgot what the new cards did. Well, I should have casted the other discard spell. I tricked myself.
Yeah.
Because I forgot what that card did. I guess I can't discard a card, so let's
Yeah.
just hit the champion.
Okay. Great play from
Not
you that
great.
turn, buddy. Great job.
Okay. Let's play Expressive Iteration.
Okay.
Exile here, that to hand. Play Shipwreck Marsh.
Okay.
And I will check for some more traps.
All right. I'm guessing you're going to take this instead of the card I get back for free. Oh, wait, it exiles, doesn't
Exiles,
it?
yeah. I will.
I bet you're gonna
certainly
take
be taking
this.
the Narfi. Puts me to 14.
Oh, wait a minute. If this exiled before, I couldn't have drained you then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that exiled.
So I'm at 15, and you're at 20.
Yes, you're at 15. I'm at 20. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Okay.
Pass the turn.
So now I could either play the creature or I could transform and get in some damage. This is the cool interaction with day and night. I'll hit you for 7.
You also get to trigger that when it attacks.
What? This is insane.
Yeah, it's ATB or attacks.
Okay, well,
Exile any card, and if you exile a creature, you get the drain.
all right, I'll
I'm
drain
going
you.
to take 8 total, go to 7, and you'll be at 21.
Yeah, and then this will transform, and I believe I do it again, right?
No, it's just an ETB or attack.
Whatever.
It's not when...
Okay, but it is now a 4/4, and it is now night. Okay, perfect. It'll never get old.
Well, yeah, this game got... If I just checked for traps on turn 3 instead of holding up the grasp, which if this didn't have ward would have been right.
Yeah.
And then I just got to take this, and then next turn go Infernal Grasp plus
I mean, you could have
Iteration.
also just Infernal Grasp it and discarded that check for traps, I guess, right?
Yeah, but then you'd have this Narfi.
Yeah. AKA zombies are
Like on
doing
the
some
mold of 5, I
damage.
just couldn't afford to lose that kind of card advantage.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure.
Now I'm going to have to do it anyway and hope to draw something next turn.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, this thing's large. This is the only reason I put it in the deck,
Yeah.
even in a zombie deck where it has no synergies. I just think this is a good card. You know, it reminds me a lot of Sedgemoor Witch as far as just having a lot of text as a 3-drop that we think is going to be good. Sedgemoor Witch ended up being not good, so...
I'll Bloodchief Source with Kicker, discarding this Valky.
Okay.
Play Hall, pass the turn, and hope I draw Imrith.
Okay. So I guess it's now day, right? Since you cast...
No, I only cast
you only
one
cast
spell.
one. Yep, never mind.
I assume Corey's just going to hit me for 4.
Yeah, I don't even think it's worth it to play this. So yeah,
I
here
get to
for
play it
4.
next turn and attack. So
Pass
I'm
to you.
3.
Oh, Faithless Haven, you're busted.
And I drew the Celestis.
It's a Celestis. I drew all 4 of my snow islands. That probably looked really stupid from all of y'all watching, but I promise there's only 4.
Honestly, if I don't screw that up, I think I'm in fine shape.
I just don't think you're ever beating those Faithless Havens. You know?
Faceless Haven was going to be a problem.
I had another one on top. I was just going to be going ham.
2 of them would have been tough.
Yep. And honestly, out of all the creature lands, I think Faithless Haven, because of its deck restrictions, is the second best one right now. And if you don't put in deck restrictions in mind and it's just what it does and stuff, I think it's the best land. But I think Den of the Bugbear is the best one. I think that land's insane. I've been playing a lot of Historic to get ready for the Arena Open this weekend, and I'm just playing 3 in my Arcanist list. Oh my god, it's sick. They're like cage you, leyline you. I'm like, yeah, I'm just Raging Ravine you every turn. Like, you're dead. It's been sweet. But Rob, you got any questions here?
I do. We had another question about a new card. Let me bring it up.
Oh, new cards.
Smoldering Egg. 1 and a red for a creature dragon egg with Defender at 04. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of ember counters on Smoldering
Sounds
Egg
like Thing in the
equal
Ice.
to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smoldering Egg has 7 or more ember counters on it, remove them and transform.
Is this thing in the garbage?
On the other side, it is a flying 4/4 dragon with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Ashmouth Dragon deals 2 damage to any target.
So you need to spend 7 mana in order to transform it.
So, I mean, you can just play it on 2. Turn 3, you can play some 3-mana removal spell, whatever, Magic Missile. Turn 4, play that new Fact or Fiction we just saw, and all of a sudden you get a 4/4, just 4/4 flying dragon that did what
You
again?
shock when you cast an instant or sorcery.
Okay.
It does not strike me as good enough. I just think you have to invest too much in order to transform it.
What's
and
its creature
too easy to
type on the
answer.
front?
Dragon Egg.
It doesn't get Power Word Kill. Power Word Kill stock is going down.
Yeah, I just don't think that's going to be a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so needing to invest 7 mana to transform it is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think of cards that have, cost reductions in them. There's the new Sweeper, but that's obviously not good with this. There's I would think it would be fun to cast with like Dig Through Time.
Wow. Oh. Think it's just straight flips it.
Is it the mana value of the spell or the mana spent to cast it? Sorry.
It is amount of mana used to mana spent to cast.
Okay, so you don't even get to
can't dig through
get those synergies going.
But I was gonna say, in Pioneer with that and Dig Through Time, and it just flips right away. That would be insane.
They literally they took away those synergies. They're forcing you to spend 7 mana in order to transform this card. That just doesn't seem good enough. I guess like kind of cool with Alrund's Epiphany later in the game,
If
but
it's not foretold.
Like Alrund's Epiphany is already just a good card. You don't need a ton of synergy with it.
Honestly, in the deck I'm playing later, I built that Rowan Will deck that I was talking about on Tuesday, y'all. And I'm just trying Delver because just basically to shut all of y'all up because I know you're going to be asking me to put Delver in it. So I just had to, right? I think I was peer pressured in. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't think Delver is going to be that good in that deck. And the only other creature is like Goldspan Dragon. I think there's some way that it could be good in my Is It deck later.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll try it instead of Delver. just on some of the games after that. But
Yeah, it's going to be really nice in some games where it lines up really well, playing defense against aggro, and then you transform it and it takes over the battlefield. I just envision so many other games where you don't have it on turn 2, you draw it on turn 5, and you never really have a good time to cast it, or you top deck it late and it's a stupid 0-4.
Yeah, but 0-4, that's one thing to keep in mind as well. If that 3-mana removal spell is the thing, if Dragonfire is the thing, without gold spend it can't kill it. If it dodges a lot of removal and it has that like longevity where you're like game 1, no deck's killing it, then maybe it's another thing you have to dodge removal to do it. But yeah, I agree. I'm kind of low on it.
Yeah, I think that would be a prerequisite for me wanting to put it in my deck.
Yeah,
it would have to be very difficult for my opponents to answer.
Yeah,
because it takes so much effort and so many resources of yours in order to make it work, that getting that just killed for 2 mana, it would be too big of a swing.
Exactly. We don't have the switch power and toughness in the format anymore for the complete blowouts, though.
Oh my god.
Oof, this one is much worse than my last hand.
I have one of the worst cards in my deck in my hand. I'm missing a color, and the most important cards in my hand are all of that color.
Sounds good. I'm going to keep because my mana base is really good, but of course this has a bit of problems. This is borderline Corey keep level, but we're doing it. Pretty good though, Rob, right? It's functional.
I don't think Corey would mulligan this hand in a million years.
Classic.
Am I right, Rob?
Yeah, I've never seen Corey mulligan ever. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I do have a blue land, a red land, and an expressive iteration. I don't think you've mulliganed a hand with those 3.
Absolutely not. You go turn 1 blue land, turn 2 red land, go, expressive iteration on turn 3, your hand's going to be perfect.
Honestly, that could very easily happen. So we're going to try to make that happen. I'll lead on Riverglide Pathway.
Okay, you know you're going to lose badly this game now, right? I'll play this and I'll pass to you.
Yeah, that sounds like the right draw for me. Lava Glide Pathway, go.
You could try to hit Mishra's Bauble to be able to have a good iteration now. Okay,
Only my opponents hit Mishra's Bauble off of iteration.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and the only thing you do with baubles is forget the triggers, so pass to you.
Jesus.
Expressive iteration.
Yep.
No land. No way. You can't just Corey keep with your name's not Corey or Seth. I mean that. And to be fair, it's a Seth keep. I have learned in the school of. Oh, you're fine. Oh, you just need a black mana. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was the full train wreck scenario. I'm like, oh no. Well, my hand is not improving that much, I must say. So I'll attack for 2.
18.
I'm going to play Siege Zombie and play Faithless Haven, and I'll pass to you.
Literally done nothing but draw black cards.
Oh my god. All right. Well, untap.
Yeah, so far my draws have been 3 black cards in this Hall of the Storm Giants.
Pretty strong. I'm going to just attack for 5.
I'll go to 13.
Pass to you. Zombie deck does hit hard. Like, I could have attacked for 10 that turn on turn 4. And I played a bad common in the set and a decent lord without a 1-drop. Imagine if I had champion here.
I guess I get to start killing things.
Okay.
Don't
like that.
I will Bloodchief's Thirst the Battle Stitch Scob.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, end step. I'm going to play this card.
Disdainful Stroke it.
Oh, no! I got so punished. Saw
that one coming from a mile away.
Yes, you did. All right, I'll attack for 4. Attack for 6.
I'm at 7.
Pass to you. Wow. I got so punished.
Okay, let's play Haunted Ridge.
Okay.
I will Bloodchief's Thirst the Siege Zombie.
Okay.
And then play Imrith.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, and I'm dead. You win.
I do have an answer to Faceless Haven because you have no other creatures.
God, yeah, I probably win if I just play that during my main phase.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, tilt. Well, that was absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You got him, yeah, absolutely. Okay, that does it for the first two games. We're going to take a break. I'm going to get these power word kills out of my deck. Thankfully, I didn't draw them, but they would not have been good. So we're going to do some sideboarding. We're going to be right back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Dimir Zombies and Grixis Control. From my end, I'm going to be taking out Power Word Kill because it's blank cardboard, and then 2 Mask of Gristleban
I have
because...
Valky in my deck, and I make bird tokens.
Okay, so it's blank cardboard, and...
I also have a Hall of the Storm Giants, which you can't target.
well, you can too. You just got to pay some mana. Yeah, it's just very expensive. But
What
yeah,
is it, like Ward 7,000?
yeah, it's only ward 3, so 5 mana removal spell. But
there you go.
But then I'm taking the masks out as well against a lot of removal. I really want this in creature matchups because giving your big zombies lifelink is sweet, and flying over, you get those last point of damages in, and just being able to equip it to decaying creatures, get you to draw some cards, or even just post-combat equip, block something is an excellent play. Doesn't scream to me like, 1, maybe not even a playable card, and 2, not good against control, if control is even a thing. Bringing in...
Normally you think with a card like that, oh, when my creature dies, I'll draw cards. Must be good against removal, but equipment is actually a pretty major liability against removal because you spend all this mana to play and equip it. Your opponent kills the creature that you go to equip in response, and you get nothing out of it. I mean, it's a huge tempo swing. So.
Embercleave is in the corner, drinking a glass of wine, be like, okay, dude.
Embercleave's not an equipment.
Yeah.
Embercleave is Teamer Battle Rage that sticks around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Steamer Battle Rage every turn. So, all right, then also bringing in Baleful Masteries for your dragons. More than likely, I don't really care if you draw an extra card. If I can 2 mana, get rid of that. But, that begs the question. Maybe I should just be playing the 2 mana, destroy target creature, lose 2 life thing.
Well, I also have
instead of
Tibble,
this.
so you get to hit both of my major threats.
That's a good point. So I'm going to try that. I do have some hope that this removal spell is actually going to be good if there is a more grindy Golgari deck is what I have in mind with like the Clue Maker. And a lot more removal. I want to try that as well, but
I also just think it's a good card as you have it as a sideboard card in a very aggressive deck.
Yeah.
Where you're playing on a tempo axis. You don't care if you give your opponent the extra card. If you just kill them, or you've traded 2 mana for 5, you're getting in this huge attack, and you got Faceless Haven in case they have the sweeper.
Yeah, I pictured turn 5, animate Faithless Haven attack before damage.
And yes, and in these decks, you have so few slots for interaction, you need to have the most flexible possible. So exile, hitting any creature, any planeswalker is as flexible as it really gets. So I like it in this role as a cyber card.
Agreed.
On my side, I'm bringing in a bunch of extra removal. Got a couple extra sweepers and Crippling Fear, a couple of Lash of Malices, so typical anti-aggro package, cutting all my counter spells, cutting one of my check for traps. Normally, I would like to get all of these out of here, and I do have some more removal, but it's just not applicable in this matchup.
Yeah.
So, again, in white matchups, you can bring in Rays and cut the other 2 check for traps because there's 3 in the main. In green matchups, you do the same with Burning Hands. In a Dimir matchup, we got to be left with a couple check for traps in our deck, which isn't the worst. I can nab the removal spell before I attack with Imrith or before I cast a Tibble. I can nab King Narfi, which I otherwise have a pretty difficult time answering.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a lot of exile-based removal. It's really just exiling it with a Tibalt.
Yeah, and I have 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually not, it's not bad in this matchup, but you definitely don't want to draw a lot of them.
Absolutely. That's another deck I have some high hopes for. It's just White Weenie Snow. White Weenie Faithless Haven. There's been a lot of really strong white cards that have been printed lately. Like,
have you noticed they all cost 3 mana?
Yeah, I have the 3 mana. There's like a Brimals, whatever, that 3/4 that like attacked, it made a 1/1 each turn. Like there's a card like it.
Hold on, let me tell you the name of that card.
Oh, are you playing it?
It is.
Are you playing mono white?
No.
Okay.
It is Adeline Resplendent Cather.
Yes. So the adversary in it, and then you just get Usher.
Oh, Intrepid Adversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you've had this idea already, huh? But then Luminarch Aspirant, Usher, and just the good cards, maybe even a lead Spellbinder still, Skyclave Apparition. Like, there's a lot of white good creatures. It's pretty deep. Like, it's too deep. I will have to cut a lot of cards, but I want to try that one out for Tuesday.
There's definitely a lot of good white cards. There's just not a lot of good ones past Usher. You got to be playing like Coachspell Cleric, Monk.
Yeah.
And those cards want you to be super low curve.
Yeah.
Which, conflicts with having more 2s and 3s. So there is some tension in how you're building the white deck. I think the loss of Giant Killer is a really big deal.
Yeah.
That was a solid 1-drop that offered a lot of additional interaction that the deck really wants, and yet losing that piece is really big for them.
Yeah, that's true. You also have Monk of the Open Hand if you went with the Grandmaster Flowers plan. It's at least 8 1-drops. I don't know if I'm high on that card. I think I'm not high on it, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah. Like once you Monk, you kind of want to have more 1-drops and then Clarion Spirit. Then you're just kind of building in that very linear direction, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
like
I want to play more like Death and Taxes style white deck.
When the white decks were very good in Standard, that's what they were doing. They were playing a game where they could be aggressive, but they also had a lot of interaction, a lot of ways to use their mana late with Maul of Skyclaves, with Faceless Haven.
Yeah, and we lost Maul too, right?
No, Maul's in Kaldheim.
Oh, okay. Maul's a good one.
Or not? Yeah, I think it's a Kaldheim.
Okay.
Maul's another good, but it's just another good 3-drop. So that's going to be the issue for the white decks, is solving that. Like, what do I do at the low end of my curve?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm playing those white cards in a multicolor deck. So.
Yeah. No, that could be good. I'm excited to see that one. All right, I will be going first in this one. And yeah, I think I can keep.
I don't want to alarm you.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping 7 cards.
Whoa. Hey, you kept 7 last time. All right, I got a champion. Pass to you.
Okay. I have a Blight Step Pathway and a Pass of the Turn.
All right. No killing it as of now, at least. What do I want to do? I want to protect my creature if at all possible, but I want to also get some damage in. So this is kind of that tough line. All right. I'm going to play a Scab.
Sure.
I'll attack for 3.
I will Lash of Malice it.
Brutal. Past you. I was like, okay, at least you didn't have the removal spell, but...
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did.
I will play Hall of the Storm Giants and pass the turn.
Okay. I'll attack for 2.
I'm at 18.
Okay, what do I have to be afraid of for you at 3? Not a ton. I'll play a Tainted Adversary.
Yep.
And past you. No land for me.
I will play not Island. We can start playing these dual lands, so that's cool. I'll play a Haunted Ridge and a Celestis, so it becomes day.
It's day. All right.
That's the turn.
Well, we're not. Our deck's not agreeing us drawing lands, but I will attack for 5.
Brings me to 13.
And check for traps.
Well, unfortunately for you, I've got 2 pretty good traps.
No!
3 lands is the rest of the hand. It's not great, but I don't know which one you want to let me have.
I gotta let you have the dragon.
So we're taking this. You're going to lose a life. Put you to 19.
And past you. Dragon.
Let's play another... Let's play Shipwreck Marsh and Imrith.
Okay.
And pass the turn. Tainted Adversary can still attack, which is nice. And that's 3 damage still.
Attack.
I will take 3, go to 10.
And that's my game plan. Past you.
Okay.
Not drawing lands here has been quite awkward.
So I don't have any interaction in my hand right now, but I can see a lot of cards. Do I want to attack with the Imrith, or do I want to do this first? I'm a little scared of you, having the 2-mana removal for it. If I leave it up, it's essentially just walking there. I think I'm just going to
Shadow's
attack.
Verdict. Okay, take it.
You go to 14, I draw a card.
Yep.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Shadow's Verdict?
No, the other one. Crippling Fear.
Oh!
I will name Dragon.
Name zombies. Oh, I'm dead.
And then I will play another Haunted Ridge and pass the turn.
Lame.
Got the removal spell?
No. Of course I don't. But I have a 3/3 past you. Lame. Can't check the traps on the top of the deck.
No, you cannot. Do I just want to slam this card and draw a bunch? Or do I want to continue to interact and attack with Imrith? Probably just continue to interact.
Yeah, makes sense.
Especially with the Hall. Like, I'm literally threatening lethal next turn.
Yeah, the Hall is annoying.
So I will start this turn with Expressive Iteration.
Okay.
That was pretty horrible.
All right.
Play my land. Other Shipwreck Marsh.
Okay.
I will...
And you're at 7 and I'm at... Or you're at 10?
I'm at 10 and you're
okay.
at 14.
Okay, perfect.
I will play another Expressive Iteration.
Oh, God.
That one can go here. This one here.
Okay.
Land on the bottom. Celestis makes red. I'll deal 5 to the Trespasser.
Discard.
Yeah, I do have to discard a card. I'll discard this island. And then I will attack for 5.
Okay.
9 and draw a card.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
All right, you win.
Yeah.
You win. But we got time to stretch this one a little bit. And see if this zombie deck can do something, but that looks good.
I could have just tapped out for Seagate Restoration and like drawn 3 or
that's what I
attacked with this and
figured you
drawn
had,
4,
yeah.
but it just made, I had Expressive Iteration check for traps. It just made sense to keep interacting.
Once you drew the Crippling Fear, it was game over.
Yeah.
And I had 2 check for traps, so I could have checked for trapped on turn 3, and I was like, yeah, the Celestis is the only thing, but I really wanted to get a clock first, and then hopefully you play Celestis, and then I look and only see Shadow's Verdict or Dragon. That was the Punisher case.
If you had checked for traps the turn before, you would have seen Imrith Celestis.
Yeah.
Because I drew the Shadow's Verdict the next turn when right before you cast the first one.
Yeah, I would have taken Celestis.
And you would have taken Celestis, which would have been very good. And then,
but I'm only attacking for 2 then.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have to do check for traps again when I'm on 4 mana.
I do, yeah.
And then you would have seen both again.
Exactly. So no matter what, I think I was losing that game, but it's just that's the Punisher case. And I just needed lands. I needed to be able to, on that turn, play a creature and check for traps. And then I had a chance, but no such luck. All right, I'll go first for game 4. You were up 2-1, right? Yeah. Here comes the comeback of the ages. All right. Hey, we got a hand. I'm in for this.
Guy has a hand. I imagine it is 3 lands, Champion of the Perished, some sort of
3 lands? Let's not get too carried away. Let's not get too carried away.
Your problem last game was that you didn't make a 3rd land drop, so I would imagine you're looking to do that.
Oh, yeah, sure. I am looking to do that. I agree. If I'm going to do that, that's another question.
Yeah, I'll keep my hand.
All right, I got a champion. Pass to you. Hopefully it won't be perished.
I have a Shipwreck Marsh.
Yay! All right, I have the draw that I really wanted to, so you'll take 1, and then I'm going to get a zombie.
Yeah, so 19 to 20.
And then I'll pass to you.
Well, that's awkward. I'm going to have to Seagate Reborn untapped.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Actually, am I?
Are you?
Should I just play as tapped?
Are you?
I thought to do this potentially and like maybe trade for something.
Okay.
Is that worth just dealing myself 3?
That's for you to know and for me to find out. Either way, I like the start of this zombie deck. I just don't know. Maybe it's supposed to just be a black-red zombie deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how this works out. I kind of want to just play this line and see what happens. So we're gonna play Valky.
Okay, I do have choices. I have another one of these, legendary, or 2 zombies.
So you just have another creature this turn, regardless.
For sure, yep. I'm doing to you what you did to me last game. You want both of these.
I guess I will take the Tainted Adversary.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw a card. I will play a land, play a siege zombie, and get a counter here. I'm for sure attacking with these. I'm wondering if I want to attack with this. Like, you have the option to trade, and then I don't get another zombie and another trigger. Getting this to a 4/4 is actually important, so I'm going to just attack for a 5.
Okay, I'll take 5 to 11.
This decays and then comes back and triggers.
Yep.
Pass to you.
Haunted Ridge.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I am going to start with a Champion of the Perished.
Sure.
Trigger. And then I'm going to declare attacks.
Yep.
Just these two.
Okay, I will block and make this a Tainted Adversary.
Okay.
So these
Take
trade, I
two.
take 2. You get the adversary back. I'm at 9.
You're at 9. So I'm gonna get another zombie. So yeah, I'll check for traps. You got any of those crippling field for
I
fear
do
chats?
indeed. So good draw.
I'll have to take the crippling fear. I drew it last turn, but yeah,
Good a
still.
19.
And then end step, I'll bring this into play, get a counter, and I'll pass to you.
I think I'm very dead.
Yeah, I get to drain you as well, which is sweet. I checked for traps. They were there. I found them.
Yep.
And here's one on top.
Shipwreck Marsh.
Okay.
Thought I had set that up really nicely.
You did. You did. I drew this a couple turns ago, so I was trying to do the same to you. Maximize the amount of times that I would have to look at Crippling Fear and select it. I guess I lose a life because of that. Huh?
Yeah, you're at 19.
Okay.
I think I've got to deal with the champion since it's going to get very big.
Yep.
And just hope to find another sweeper. Does that mean I loot with this Prismari command, or do I make a treasure and just fire off the iteration?
Seems like a loot scenario to me. And just loot away these cards, right? Like they're bad anyways. Then you actually just see the same amount of cards.
I see 1 fewer card, right? The iteration
Yeah.
sees 3. So if I desperately need the sweeper, I only have 3 in my deck. I don't think anything else gets me out of it.
Yeah, that is close.
Because I'm going to kill this. You're going to be able to deal me 1 on end
You're
second
gonna go
siege
to
zombie, go to 8, attack me to 3. And honestly, like, you don't even really need to play anything else.
Yeah, no, I guess I do kind of agree.
And at that point, a single, 2 removal spells will get me out of it.
Then you just got to look at your plan. I think then you have to look at your plan after Crippling Fear, and then
Yeah.
you're just out of gas, you know? But if your plan is, look, if Crippling Fear is one of the top 2 cards instead of 3.
I think you're right. I think I have to do the loot.
Yep.
So
drain you for 1.
yeah, deal 2 to champion and loot. That'll bring me to 8.
Okay.
Draw 2.
Yep.
I will discard. Celestis and Seagate Restoration.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Yeah, and you could get Lash or something here, which is annoying.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about, is hitting at that or Bloodchief's Thirst, which I clearly didn't hit. I
Yeah.
could have just killed this, and that would have, forced another.
Attack for 5.
Brings me to 3.
Brings you to 3. This gets decayed. And now it's, do I want to pressure any more? You have to kill 1 creature, so 1 Imrith doesn't do it if I get a zombie here.
Yeah, I just don't
And I
think you play
don't
anything.
want to. Yeah, I'm not going to, and then I'll get a zombie. So next turn, if I do a land, I could Tainted Adversary.
Okay, let's start this with an expressive iteration.
Okay.
Which means certainly no.
I mean, you could have 2 lashes here, right? And lash out against me.
Well, I'm gonna be 1 turn short on the verdict here.
Yeah.
I'm all lands.
Okay. All right. GG. Game 5.
Yeah, that just comes down to Corey having a 3-outer and 2 turns to find it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm for sure dead after that, because I did have like that turn. If that would have been your Crippling Fear turn, right, or maybe it would have been the turn before, and then I just go like Jadar plus the 2/3 with no kicker, and all of a sudden I have 5 power again.
Well, the fear would have happened the turn. You would have.
I think it would have been the turn. Yeah, and then it would have just been champion Jadar again.
And then I start casting iterations, and I would have been.
Yeah.
And then you got 1.
It
more
would have been a
attack
game.
in.
It would have been a game still, where I think
I
you're
would've-
slightly advantaged, but
I think I'm pretty ahead.
yeah. It would have.
Especially since with the verdict there, I'm definitely ahead.
True.
At the time, you don't really know what I'm hitting, but even just a couple removal spells from there, I think cleans everything
Yeah,
up.
because then instead of having to Prismari command, you would have Prismari command too.
Yeah.
And you would be able to
Hit
go
your second
iteration
Jadar.
and Prismari something, probably
Yeah.
the champion even, but
The other champion.
But instead, we get a game 5. You're on the play. See how it starts. I've liked the feel of this zombie deck. I do think it just is missing like one more really, really good zombie, or maybe should just have a little bit better removal. There's something missing to it. I don't know what, but the shell feels good, and getting rid of some of the clunkier ones, like even the Drain 2 zombie there, that was a game where it actually did something, and it was still very weak.
Yeah,
you know, so
it dealt 1 extra damage.
if it drained, I think maybe it'd be a different scenario. But just the loss of life, it's good in 2HG. That would have dealt you too, you know?
This is also not the matchup for it. I think that's the matchup for games where the battlefield stalls out and you both stare at each other with 9 creatures. And you just 3 them every turn.
Yeah. How's your hand?
It's not great, but it's a keep.
Mine's not. It's a 1-lander. Boo. Boo. I just want 3 landers, one of them to be a Faithless Haven, island on a swamp, and, go from there. You got any questions for us, Rob, while we shuffle up?
I do have some questions.
What you got?
Some newer cards.
Okay.
One here is Sneak into the Festival.
Okay.
3 green. So 5 or 6 mana. I mean, sorry.
Is this your invitational card?
Yeah. I was gonna say, is this Woodstock 99 or something?
Sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in your random order. Flashback for 7 and 3 green.
And it costs 6 to cast?
I think it costs 5. Oh, it's 6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. I'm not sure exactly what kind of home it fits in. It's kind of cool in a mid-range deck. You can hit like a Planeswalker and a Goldspan Dragon, but those are idealized scenarios. Like, the ideal is hitting 2 5-drops, right? And then you're getting 6 mana for 2 5s. That's an insane rate.
Yeah.
Card advantage and mana-wise. But how many 5s realistically are in a standard deck, even a mid-range deck? 6?
Yeah, I'm picturing 6 when it's Renin 7 and Goldspan Dragon, and then your 4s can be Arlen and Azeka's Chariot. And if that rate is worth it, and it flashes back for 7, so you can just go back to
for
back.
7, green, for 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the issue there is how many of those high-value cards are going to be in your top 5 on average, and the answer is not that many.
Yeah.
If you think about collected company math, there you're looking at 6 cards, and usually you want to have minimum 26, but more like 28 to 30, and even higher than that to be hitting. And maybe half of those are 3s. So you want to be somewhere in the mid-teens, and I think you're lower than that in 4s and 5s when you're playing this card in most decks, and you're only looking at 5 cards. So
it's only 5, huh?
Yeah, so I think you have to think about what happens when I'm hitting, a 2-drop and a 4-drop. Is that good? If you hit like the 2-drop Werewolf that makes a mana when it attacks and an Arlen, is that worth 6 mana?
That's true. Yeah, if it was something like 7 cards or something, because the one thing that is nice is it does seem best friends with Goldspan Dragon. Played on 6, Goldspan Dragon attacks, brings you to 8 mana, you attack again with Goldspan, that's 10, and you can flash it back post-combat on the next turn.
You know what? Where I kind of want to see it is in white decks, where you can be hitting removal spells off of it, where you hit your portable holes, and you don't have Glass Casket anymore though. But the new Banishing Light kind of card, you can hit that off of it. So you hit like a big creature and a removal spell for their big creature. Yeah. So now your 3 mana card acts like a 4 or 5 mana card because it's exiling something of that value from your opponent's side of the battlefield.
Yeah.
So I'd be more interested in white decks with enchantment-based removal than in anything else.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite good enough, to be honest.
I agree. I'm skeptical, but if you want to maximize this card, if you're really excited by it, that's where I would look. Mid-range Celestia deck. It doesn't have to be straight Celestia.
They are kind of pushing Celestia. There's some good cards that are coming out.
Could be a Naya deck or an Abzan deck of some kind. Play your Planeswalkers, but that is a way to turn your low CMC permanence into something that is somewhat valuable because it's removing something on your opponent's side of the battlefield.
Sure.
So that's, I think, the best way to maximize this card. You're still going to have some good 4s and 5s. You play your Azeka's Chariot still.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it really has to be more cards. Like that's too high of a risk to actually miss, in my opinion. Okay.
And obviously, the risk of missing, when you brick off company, it's already awful. If you brick off a 6 mana sorcery, you're dead.
You're dead. Well, I have another awful hand, but on 6, am I supposed to keep this? Gross. It's like not even that good if I hit. Oh, mulligan.
Ooh, baby.
Yep, one lander on the draw, I would have not gotten there. All right, it's not what I wanted in game 5 of the biggest match of my life. All right, Rob, you got one more question at all while I shuffle up?
I did. We have a card that got Corey a little hyped earlier until he realized what it actually was.
Until I realize what?
Florian.
What did I? Oh,
Well,
You say Yorian?
Scion.
Oh, yeah.
1 red-black for a legendary creature, Vampire Noble. It has first strike and is a 3/3. At the beginning,
3 mana, 3/3?
yes.
Okay.
At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponents lost this turn. Exile one of those cards and put the rest on the bottom of... exile one of those cards and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn.
I think that card is good.
Yeah, I think for any aggressive deck, just getting that sort of free anticipate is really nice. You can, it says play, so you can hit lands off of it. If you really need your 4th land drop, you just attack in, look at the top X, find a land. So
yeah, I picture
I'm
a lot
in
of
on this card.
I picture Skyclave Shades attacking, and you're like, you want to block? I have this creature out where now I'm gonna play a card. Now they're incentivized to block, and you're like, okay, I block, not take damage. Okay, land, play it. Play another 2-drop after you played this 3-drop.
Yeah.
You put them in that squeeze where you're like, do I want them to have a free anticipate where they could just hit a land or, a check for traps or something? I think Skyclave Shade and that card are going to be buds, and I'm here for it.
Agreed. Any sort
Yeah.
of creature that you're fine trading, whether the zombies with Decayed off of Jadar,
Yeah.
that's nice with this.
Wait, is it loss of life or is it...
Loss of life, but it's on your post combat main.
Okay. So another thing you can do is you can play that card on turn 3, and then on turn 4, it's hoping to get a little lucky, but Trespasser, this seems like another card that would be in that kind of deck. Drain, look at the top, if it's a land, get a free land post combat.
Yeah, or maybe 1-drop if you already have the land.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's a deck.
I'm in for this card. Definitely something
Dibs for
we'll be trying out.
Dibs for Tuesday.
Sure.
All right, so I'm down
Man
to
who's already playing a Rakdos deck later today.
yeah, that's right. All right, I'm down to 6.
Don't worry,
right?
I'm playing a Rakdos deck too. No, you're going to 5.
I'm at 6, right?
Going to 5. And his 5 must be really good.
I was going to say, do we just want to go to the next match?
Yeah, it is already 2 o'clock.
No, I will beat you.
You're going to play on a mulligan of 4?
We go to 5, right? Isn't there a mercy rule on versus live?
See, this is what I
Strike
mean.
hard, strike first, no mercy. Cobra Kai, never die.
Every time Ross mulligans, he's got to go to 4, Every time Card we normally do 2 at each step, right? That's how this works.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on my side, buddy. Okay, I will be keeping 4 magic cards. Let's go with these. I think I want this. And I think I did this and hope to get lands. Put these 3 on bottom.
We'll lead on a Haunted Ridge.
All right, you're going down. All right, your go.
Let me see him. Valky.
They're all creatures. Your pick.
Interesting.
This one's not looking good, chat. Not looking good. I just can't kill a Valky. I realize Valky is actually good against me.
I'll take... Well, you don't have a 3rd land yet, but I kind of like this. This one
You
is
can
ward.
attack, yeah.
Yeah, I can...
All right, pass to you.
Enter tapped. Very important here, seeing as I will be
Jamming.
Shipwreck Marsh, activating Valky, and attacking for 3.
All right.
You're at 17.
17.
Pass the turn.
All attack for 3.
17 all.
And play a zombie. Pass to you.
That's a Haunted Ridge. Okay, so I have red mana. I don't really need a ton, but I also have 2 black mana. I'm going to need black mana. My hand is literally 5 black cards. So.
Okay. That's
I'll
not a
play
good sign for me. Not a good sign for me.
Yeah, I will Blood Chief's Thirst the white.
Okay.
I will attack you for 3 and exile. I'll play it. So you're going to end up at 13. I assume you're not blocking?
Yeah, not
and
blocking.
I'll be at 18.
Yep.
And then I will play, a Valky that doesn't have the same name as this Graveyard Trespasser. And pass the turn.
You win.
Are they both going to transform?
You probably.
I was actually going to kill the other 2-drop too. So.
Oh, yeah, why not?
And
Why
then-
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way I can spend my 4 mana activating this.
Congrats, you beat someone who mulled to 4. Good for you. You want a cookie?
Yes,
You don't
actually.
get cookies, you might get marbles. That's all you're getting.
Man, all I was hoping to do with the Valky was nag and then Ebon Death so that I could turn 4, make this a 5/2, and then Shadow's Verdict.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. No, so far, that looks sweet. I like the combination of Imrith and Valky as your threats, and then just controlling the board.
Yeah.
I think that's nice, because those kind of Grixis-style decks were not really on the table. One thing I think you're going to have a huge problem with, and I guess not huge, you have some Prismari Command, but Azeka's Chariot and Planeswalker seems like the
That's
problem.
why there's also 2 Disdainful Strokes in the main.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
reason. Yeah, and then the sweepers. Shadow's Verdict. You have,
Yeah.
and then 2 more. So you end check for traps. You have
Yeah.
you have a bunch of different
That's
possible
true.
ways
That's
to contain
true.
it. But there's going to be games. There's going to be a lot of games that you just lose to that card coming off the top.
Yeah.
Or just them having like the second or third copy of it.
Yeah, I wonder if that deck wants something like Loth or something. 5 is not the curve where you really want. You really want a Jace the Mind Sculptor style Planeswalkers. Something good at 4. But I just don't. I can't really think of one of them that's really available, and rightfully so. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Jace the Mind Sculptor. You want something like that in there?
Yeah. It's possible you want to go down to 3 Emerith and you have room for like 1 Planeswalker of some kind.
Yeah.
It could be a Lulth, it could be a Professor Onyx, it could be a Mordekainen.
That's the blue one, right?
yeah.
I've been interested on that card a little bit more. But
maybe the Allrun's Epiphanies aren't good and they should be Planeswalkers.
yeah, I don't think
There's
those
only
are
2 in the deck. It's good with Tibble and you already have that as a Planeswalker, but maybe you want a cheaper one to go in those slots. There's obviously a lot that you can play around with.
Massage
here.
the numbers, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot you can play around with here, but I do think this is a very promising core. It's just doing powerful things. It's making the best use out of the mana possible.
Yeah.
Playing good removal, really good threats that are hard to kill.
I really like Celestis in that deck, just not only for the 3 to 5 gap, that's like the obvious thing, but just the against aggro, turn 3 that, Blood Chief's Thirst
Yes.
is insane.
That's why
Or Lash,
I have more Blood Chief's Thirst and 1 mana removal in the sideboard just to combo Celestis. So you have a Raven Feeblements against white decks and Lashes.
I think Blood Chief's Thirst just might be one of the best removal spells as well, if you can play black.
Yeah.
Because that is one of those well-rounded things that can hit anything. And just hitting just Parasat and Magda for 1 mana is going to be huge moving forward. So, yeah, cool deck. Cool deck. I really like that one. So we are going to head to the next round. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be playing myself a little Rakdos burn deck. This one was brought to us by Ari Lax. Built some really cool stuff and has a really awesome article over at StarCityGames.com. Check that one out. I had to copy this one because it looks cool.
Yeah, a lot of good things going on here, particularly Flame Channeler, which was the subject of Ari's article. So we'll see how good that card is. And I've got to say, I agree with him. I think that it's quite good. That said, I think there's a lot of good red 2-drops, and I'm not sure which one of them is the best.
Yep.
I actually was very mad when I saw you submitted this deck because I had built a Boros version of it with the 3-drop legend, like similar, just kind of burn style deck.
Yeah.
But I think the Rakdos version that has Sedgemoor Witch looks really cool. Excited to see how it plays out, and I'm going to be playing a little Naya Tokens deck.
Oh,
yeah.
Showdown's back on the menu. I was waiting for that card to come back.
Showdown in the sideboard. The curve.
That's wrong.
The curve is a little bit too low. It's not the same Naya Tokens deck from last summer. There's no
Okay.
Clarion Spirits. The curve's a little higher.
It just feels like it's one of the top 5 cards in the set or in standard still.
But
So
the key here is using Jaspera Sentinel as an additional 1-drop and very good with tokens to help accelerate you and fix the mana. But doing some really cool stuff.
I'll be shocked if Showdown shouldn't be a main deckable card, but we're going to learn next round to see if I'm right or if Ross is right. So far, Ross is up 1-0. I'll have to win the next 2 to get the marbles. So we are going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say mulligans to 4 are not fair when it's to you, Corey.
Mulligans
Rob?
to 4 are not fair when it's to you, Corey, Rob.
Dude, I agree. It was not fair last game. That was not cool. So, Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns aimed at Ross. You can make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite burns that are aimed at Ross over to us to burn Ross. That was the normal intro, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We are going to be playing some Innistrad Midnight Hunt action today in Standard, testing it out. It's day 2. We're starting to really flesh out these ideas, and believe it or not, we're going to have the whole set starting tomorrow already. This preview season is flying by. I think they're really picking it up, and we'll be able to even play with it on Arena a week from today. Yep. So we have 2 more shows after this to preview some cards before we all get to test it out, and we'll see how wrong we are, see what we really missed. But this one is a nice little shell that's playing some of the best red 2-drops in this set, and it's essentially mono green here, for the most part. It is a mono red deck. We're pretty much a mono red burn deck, and these are the main reasons to do it. Red hasn't been that good lately, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be back now that we don't have to deal with Lovestruck Beast anymore.
Yeah, definitely a big gain for them, sort of gain via loss. And I think both of these red 2-drops look very good. Bloodthirsty Adversary in particular, love that flexibility. You're losing your high end in Embercleave and Torbran, so there's not really a lot of high end unless you want to go all the way up to Goldspan Dragon, which usually red aggro decks aren't that interested in.
Yeah,
this gives you a pretty powerful 5-drop where it's a 3/3 haste that's going to flash back a spell. And then Flame Channeler.
It's just Goblin Dark Dweller that's so much better. Goblin Dark Dweller saw play and saw a lot of it, and it was just 5 mana, 3/3, do this ability.
It was a 4/4.
It was a 4/4, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah. And then this, wasn't it has to deal damage to a creature, or is it just any damage?
No, any damage that your spells deal.
So I can just Spikefield Hazard you, huh?
Spikefield Hazard upstairs will transform Flame Channeler and will also trigger the other side, Embodiment of Flame.
Yep.
Any damage dealt by a spell of yours will get a counter on it, and then you can start churning through your deck, drawing more cards. So a more burn-focused red deck, which they probably would have liked to do in the Lovestruck Beast era, right? Just explore the battlefield and kill you. Didn't really have the tools to do it.
That was Great Henge's problem too, Yeah, that was doing some damage.
Now you sort of have the tools to do this with the burn spells. You don't have a lot of great burn spells. Play with Fire and Royal Eruption are both quite good.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I remember the last time there was a burn deck in Standard, it was a Boros burn deck. And it played things like Stoke the Flames and Boros Charm, really heavy-hitting burn spells. You don't have anything quite to that level, but you've got a lot of quality creatures to go with it. You've got creature lands, which are really nice, and you've got a lot of card advantage built in, so you don't necessarily need to have all your burn spells.
This is technically a new card as well. It's a reprint, but it is just a very strong card, and it will be one of the key elements. These are what I want on 2. These are the cards. This deck still doesn't really play much as far as 1 goes. And another actual nice burn spell is something that we haven't seen. A nice little learn package. This card's good. This card's always been just pretty good. 3 mana, deal 3. Got Magic Missile to deal 3 as well. And if I'm up against a creature deck, it could really be doing some damage
Magic
here.
Missile definitely going to be an important one. Also helps trigger Flame Channeler a lot, right?
Yeah.
Whenever a spell you control deals damage.
On the other side?
It doesn't say deal damage to something, so I think you'll still only get 1 counter.
Well, how does the other side read exactly, Rob?
It's the same trigger that it gets instead of transforming, it gets a counter on it. Like a Valor counter or something.
Which card?
Flame Channeler's opposite side, the Embodiment of Flame.
Embodiment of Flame, it's whenever a spell you control deals damage, put a flame counter on Embodiment of Flame. Remove a flame counter from Embodiment.
Yeah. So Magic Missile does not trigger it.
No, if it said deals damage to
a target,
to a creature or planeswalker, and you happen to spread it around, then you get that. But it's dealing damage all at once. But you just build up some counters.
Still good.
On it. Draw some cards. Should be really cool because my deck is going to be good at blocking. So the fact that you've got a lot of burn, I think, is going to be really helpful. I'm playing Naya tokens. Once again, taking advantage of a color combination that has access to 2 of these lands.
Yes, those are nice.
Though I'm only playing the 1 Rockfall Veil. This is a deck that has a bit of a lower curve than the it's just more proactive than the control deck. So you can't afford tap lands early.
Okay.
And the splash for red is much lighter. In the main deck, I think I'm just playing Minsk and Lorehold Command. And the sideboard, I have Showdown of the Scalds and Burning Hands.
All right, I want a poll, Rob. If you got a second, I want to see a poll. Who thinks these Showdowns should be in the main deck versus who thinks they should be in the sideboard? I'm generally curious because that's something that seems like it's still the best card. that putting it on the bench seems wild to me, and they can see the full deck list. I haven't seen your full creation.
It's certainly possible that you should build this deck in the same way that Naya Tokens was built over the summer, that had a very low curve, play Clarion Spirit. I'm not doing that. I'm playing more individually powerful cards. Things like Adeline Resplendent Cathar, Briarbridge Tracker. Which mean in my deck you can often just sack the clue and it'll still be a 4/3. Intrepid Adversary gives you a lot of late game punch. I'm still playing Join the Dance. This is another card that lets you use your mana in the late game because of the flashback. So I've got a lot of ways to use my mana going along. I've got a lot of built-in card advantage. I have Paladin class as another mana sink.
Paladin class is nice.
Yeah.
I think the classes are going to be unlocked as well.
Yeah,
I think the classes are good. Ranger class was the obvious one. I think Bard class is still going to be good, and Paladin class. The rest, I don't know what the text do, so I'm guessing they're bad.
So maybe a version that is built to take advantage of Showdown is better, but this version is built more to take advantage of the cards that you see in front of you.
So, all right, finish your point, and then I want to make one. Yeah.
And so that's what, we're going to see how it plays out. Now, you might just think, I should be cutting these Lorehold commands and playing Showdown on the Scalds, but they're very different cards. Lorehold command is like, it's a finisher.
Yeah.
And it's also a little bit of interaction, which this deck is very light on. I'm playing some Kabira takedowns, and Lorehold commands as my way to interact with creatures. Showdown on the Scalds doesn't really do that. So
I picture even like you play this on turn 4, and let's say this is your Showdown. Your deck does have a higher curve, but like play this land, and then the next turn you get to play these two and put 2 counters. Like, I think that's still enough, but... Well, we'll see how the games play out,
But this is just, when you play this at 2 mana, it's just a 3/1 lifelinker.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I would be in this awkward spot where I want to kick this so I can pump my team, but then I'm down a card if I do that effectively.
Yeah. We'll see. You easily could be right. Maybe I just am in love with that card too much, and I've been looking for a deck to put it in.
Well, like I said, it's not a question of whether or not I don't think the question of whether or not Showdown on the Scald should be in the main deck of this particular list is the right question to ask. The question to ask is, should a Naya Tokens deck be built in such a way that Showdown of the Scalds is in the main deck?
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out. These both look like some cool decks. I will be starting since you kicked my butt the first one.
I could see a deck with Clarion Spirit, Magda, Jaspera Sentinel as its early drops, with Usher of the Fallen as well as another one that goes up to Showdown of the Scalds and has a lot of these other synergies going on.
Yeah, and then you can play Yorion and Blink Showdown, like, whoo, let's go.
That could definitely be a way to go.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I think I am going to keep my hand.
That seems unfair.
Yeah.
I've been keeping so much today.
I know.
God, never mulligans. It's unbelievable, actually.
I just mulliganed to 4. I was like, wait a minute.
I think you got my joke.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't. Wait a minute.
I'm not a big fan of this hand on the draw in an aggro matchup. I think if I was playing against control, I would be okay with it. But starting with Tapland, Jaspera Sentinel on the first 2 turns on the draw is just not really going to cut it.
Hey, not bad. Yeah, that doesn't seem ideal. I'm really debating on what I start with my first land. I think it's going to have to be this while we wait for Ross to decide his mulligans. It's awkward because that works so well with some of the cards in my hand, but we're going to essentially not risk it here instead of risking it for the biscuit.
Okay. But don't you want the biscuit?
I do enjoy biscuits. Been watching a lot of Ted Lasso, and I don't know what those biscuits even truly look like or taste like, but I want them.
Well, they're cookies.
That's just what they
are. They cookies? I thought they were little biscuits.
In British English, the word biscuit refers to a cookie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, they look good.
They do. I believe they are shortbread cookies.
Okay.
If you know the original Girl Scout cookie, the trefoil is a shortbread cookie.
Ooh.
Chat pointed out a almost brand new preview card.
Okay.
They wanted me to bring to your attention. Fateful Absence. 1 and a white for an instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates.
Kind of a Deccan Stone, but for one thing.
Yeah, but it's an instant. Deccan Stone was a sorcery.
That's a good point, but it doesn't hit multiple things.
Yeah, but it hits planeswalkers.
I mean, those mono white decks that we've been talking about that are trying to go aggressive, that's the perfect card for it.
No, I think that's a solid card.
Yeah, that's probably a sideboard card, but for matchups where that's impactful, that seems nice. It's about time white got some good cards. Like, let's get real. Like, we basically ignored white so far in this preview season. Just haven't found any good decks. But that mono white deck, I think, is really shaping up to be powerful, chat.
Okay. I'm definitely going to keep this hand, and the way I am going to curve out with this hand, it's going to start on a tap land, so this Jaspera Sentinel is not going to be very good.
Past you. Moto Bug.
I'm going to start on a Kabira Plateau.
Okay. I am going to play a... I think I'd rather play this. Actually, maybe I would... Yeah, I'd rather play Channeler. Past you.
Oh, got punished.
Good. Excellent.
Drew another land, so I could have just let on Jaspera Sentinel. Not that it's going to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I could have potentially kept...
Jaspera Sentinel is not Llanowar Elf. You do need something to make it better, that's for sure.
Could have potentially kept this Kabira Plateau in my hand, though, which would have been...
And that's the takedown. Deal damage to each equal to how many creatures you have, right?
Yep.
I think that card's good.
Yeah, so do I. I'm a big fan of it.
Yep.
Play Branch Loft Pathway and Ranger Class. Get myself a wolf.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. So I can attack, and then if you block, I can just aim removal upstairs. But that's if I want to actually use removal this turn. And it's kind of like just killing the creature, so...
Except you don't get the damage through to me.
Yeah, I don't get the damage through, and it flips automatically if I deal damage, so
the only way that attack works is if you have Spikefield Hazard specifically in your hand. Then you get to upgrade it into a removal spell.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't want to try to do that. I'll just play Sedgemoor Witch, and I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Wow, I think this deck might be insane. I'm just excited with if I can draw something I need off the top two cards of my library, I might be doing some disgusting stuff to you. So what does this make? Pests?
Yeah, it makes the green black pests that gain a life when they die.
Okay. I liked it better when we were using Brad as the pest. Now we have the actual tokens. Come on.
I think I actually want, as awkward as it is, I think I want to play this turn so that I have more blockers potentially for Sedgemoor Witch.
I like that you're not killing Sedgemoor Witch. I also don't think you can kill that card.
I have 6 removal spells.
Yeah, Jaspera into takedown, I guess, takes it down, huh?
But I will be playing Needle Verge Pathway and Minsk and get a boo.
Boo!
And then pass the turn.
Yeah, that's another good one. Okay. I'm going to draw a card. That was a pretty decent draw. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to Magic Missile. It's going to be insane regardless, but just what do I want to do? So if I kill these, I get to attack with this. I can attack with both, actually. But that would have you able to trade with Minsk, which I don't really want. And if I kill the just Minsk, then I could attack with both, but you could throw them both in front of Sedgemoor Witch. I think I just want to get...
Regardless of what you do, I'm going to have 3 power and 3 toughness.
Exactly. I think I just want to get in the unblockable damage here. And, yeah, and that means killing those two.
So you kill the tokens, you get yourself a token.
Transform
of
this.
Yep. And now you have an embodiment of flame.
And we kind of screwed up on the preview cards here, sorry. So this is the handwritten explanation of it. And this does not get a counter until we deal damage with something else. And then I'll get in there for 3, and that was awesome.
I'm at 17.
Pass to you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now I've got Overgrown Farmland, Jaspera Sentinel, and Adeline.
Okay, that's the X4. I got to give this one a double.
So it's power equal to the number of creatures I control. So right now it's a 3/4.
Okay.
When it attacks, I'm going to get a 1/1 human tapped and attacking you.
Okay.
Or a planeswalker you control.
Done.
So I can attack with Minsk, but I'm trying to play defense here, so I will pass.
Yeah.
This feels like a losing battle.
Oh, I thought you meant a losing turn, because here's the sick part of the draw is playing this, kicking it, getting a counter, being able to Magic Missile, and just kill Minsk.
Okay, and now you get
a counter on
this.
and I get a pest.
Yep.
And now it's just what do I want to attack with?
Well, this is a 2/4.
Yeah.
So these, although I can double block any of these.
You can kill anything, and I trade Jaspera for something, and I think that's worth it. And I might even get this pest in.
I think I would get
this
him with
goes
the
like
pest.
this, and then you don't kill one of my big creatures. So yeah, they're getting in.
Definitely got to kill one of the bigger ones. And adversary's already done its damage, so that's less relevant. It's one of the other ones. And they're both threatening to produce, a bunch of extra value.
And it's like the Menace one, you're more incentivized because it's tough to double block a lot. But yeah, also this Vigilance and makes a 1/1 token that is tapped and attacking. So that is a reason for me to hold back too. Maybe I do that. Maybe I just don't attack. Hang on one sec. I might not be attacking.
It's about 17, so I've got some wiggle room here.
So what does this say? This is me getting in 6-7 damage, putting you to 10. I'm not even gonna attack. I don't think it's truly right yet. And I just want to play defense to be able to kill this if I want, and then just try to outvalue you. I'll pass. I don't know if that's for sure right.
Okay.
So I just remove one counter. I can't remove as many counters as I want, like exile the top 2 or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, you'd have to pay an additional mana.
Yeah. You may play it this turn. Okay, that's pretty cute. Yeah, I think I just want to try to outvalue you. I want to try to get in when I can, and then just try to hit you with some big stuff.
Timber Crown Pathway.
Okay.
Big question for me is whether I want to attack with Adeline. The 1/1 isn't going to survive, and I don't want to let you trade for the adversary, which is your weakest creature, so I also don't think I want to attack. I have a Join the Dance, so we'll get 2 Shaheens.
Join the dance, buddy.
And I'm also going to level up a Ranger class.
Okay.
So we're on level 2, and that'll be my plan to try to outvalue you.
Yep.
Ranger class. So my deck doesn't have a ton of creatures because of Join the Dance and Ezekiel's Chariot.
Yeah.
Your creature count's a little bit lower.
If only you had some crazy enchantment to just really go way over the top in your main deck.
I mean, I would be very happy drawing a Lorehold command right here, but
yeah, that's true.
It would make my attack really good.
Would it be better than Showdown though? Showdown would be an insane top deck as well. They're both good.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw. That's an interesting one. Since I'm going to have some leftover mana regardless, I'm going to start with this. Exile the top. I can play it.
Not the best.
Not amazing, but it is free.
Yeah. Just want to get a 2/2 haster.
I think I do. So I'll play this, and then I will sadly take 3 again.
Brings you to 14.
And I just want to play another spell. So I'm going to Igneous, the Jaspera Sentinel, and get a pest, get a counter on this, and learn. And now my options are these 4. So first, I have to read this one on what it does. Then draw that many cards. If there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2. So this is just rummaging your whole hand. I don't want that. Destroy target artifact. Not that valuable. This takes out your big creature, which is interesting, but you also get to draw. Or I can just get a 4/4 big creature. I'm just going to get a big one.
Yeah.
And now let's see if I want to attack. Because now I have an extra attacker here. Let's see if the math has changed. So now this is a 3/4. So let's say you just eat this. That's your best block. And you double block here. I get through 5, 6, 7. Kind of the same boat I was in last turn where I don't love that. So I'm going to pass one more time. I love this card with Adversary. Just this kind of thing where you're generating. So it's not that I was thinking there's no way you get to 8 mana where you bring back 2, right? But it's legitimately possible in this deck.
Okay.
This deck is sweet. Good job, Ari. This deck is sweet.
2 cards in hand, one of which is the spell that makes 4/4. How much does
yeah.
it cost? Like 5?
5, yeah. But next turn I can, I can remove, check to see if it's a land, maybe play it if it's a good spell, and then just play it.
You also can just fire up the den and get in with a lot of stuff.
That's true. The den is coming.
Which makes me think that I can't take this turn off to Ranger class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I drew an okay one, but it's probably just not going to live is the problem.
Okay.
I have an Adeline that I'm going to, I guess
Those are legendary.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Intrepid Adversary, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. The one I meant to play. Don't worry, I have another Adeline in my hand.
Sure.
Probably shouldn't have shown you that.
Well, you definitely shouldn't have. And then just at a tournament, you'd be like, I'm going to play this and say it. And you're like, well, that's dead. And you're like, no, I meant the other card, of course, but.
So I'll cast it. Then when it enters, I'll pay. So it has a counter on it. So all my creatures get +1/+1.
Okay.
Including the adversary itself.
Yep.
So I've got.
Oh, so it is a X3?
It's a 4/2. It starts as a 3/1.
Oh, okay. It gets
the counter is not a +1/+1 counter. It's a Valor counter.
You control get +1/+1. I mean, this is included in creatures, so doesn't it?
So it's a 4/2. So
it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't get a counter on it.
It gets a Valor counter.
Valor counter. Okay, excuse me.
Yeah.
All of them are templated where they get +1/+1 and then do an ability. So I thought maybe it was +1/+1 and then gets that ability.
Is different.
Okay, gotcha.
So I've got a 4/2 lifelinker, a 5/5 vigilance, and 2 2/2s.
Okay.
This is not a bad battlefield if you don't have another burn spell. And you only have 1 unknown card, but you're 1 unknown and then 2 more. Draw step and then this thing.
Yeah, you're in trouble. All right, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I didn't necessarily want to cast that. I mean, I could... or I just play the card in my hand that should be pretty bananas and then just go... Like, this seems like the attack turn, so I think I am going to do that. All right, I have another adversary, and I'm going to aim that. I'm going to get a pest. I'm going to put a counter on this. And
you learn.
And I might just discard draw for this learn, because I don't really care about these cards. I mean, I guess the removal spell just to push through is fine. So yeah, whatever. I'll get this, then I'll play this, and now they're coming in. Math is for blockers on this one.
Still want to make this same block, I think, though.
The Sedgemoor Witch, yeah.
Yeah, Sedgemoor Witch and
take 11?
Yep, puts me to 12. Or no, yeah, because this is a 2/2.
Yeah.
So 11 puts me to 6.
Yep.
You lose both your creatures.
Yep. I guess, I can remove it to mill, but that doesn't really do anything. It doesn't put it into graveyard. No, okay. So I'll pass to you. Maybe that's wrong, because this doesn't look amazing to me, but...
I mean, I am at 6.
Yeah. And I have the den, so...
Yeah, and you have the den. So, let's... all I can do is flashback, join the dance, get some humans.
Yeah,
and
get to gain some life. Right? Or does that have lifelink?
Oh, the other one had lifelink.
Okay.
And then attack with the Adeline and get a token. So this is an attack for 5.
And you get a ranger class.
Oh, and so I guess I'll put a counter.
You can only put it on this. Yeah.
Yep, on the Adeline. So it's an attack for 6.
And then if I attack back, you can take 4.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
You're just dead. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. This deck looked awesome. This deck looked incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Lessons over here. I mean, what you were doing was cool as well, is just me holding back. Normally that favors you. And with the fact that my stuff was I'm gaining a battlefield just inherently by casting my removal spells that are already good. And then eventually these were insane. These were unbelievable.
I think the big issue was, obviously your creatures generate a lot of value, so I need to be very judicious with my removal.
Yeah.
And I should have just taken the risk and kept... I had 2 lands and the Kabira takedown in my hand.
Yeah.
I should have just kept the Kabira takedown, hoped to draw a land, which I did. and it had the removal spell. Because if I kill
Yeah.
either the embodiment or the
It's probably the witch. The witch made 4 attackers.
Yeah.
The other one, I just kept exiling things I didn't really play. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't do anything there, but that was contextual to the top, and
Yeah.
it was good though.
Yeah. So if I get to kill one of those things, then I think I'm in a lot better position.
Yeah.
Maybe I have time to eventually to Ranger class, and that can start pulling me ahead.
Yep.
But yeah, as it is, that deck looked very good, and it's very clearly going to be a deck where your threats are must answers.
Yes. Yes. And and they're all like X2s, and Stomp isn't around anymore, so it feels good that my creatures have a lot better chance of living. In this, and the nice thing, it seems like a really good deck at killing Jaspera Sentinel and Magda. And when you kill those, and I'm just thinking the Gruul deck, because the Gruul deck still to me seems like public enemy number 1. It's the most push archetype, and it was already good. So that's what I always think about when it comes to new standard. You got to be able to compete with that deck, and if you can kill those early creatures, just dealing with Azeka's Chariot on 4 is doable with this deck. Maybe we're going to need some artifact removal outside of this lesson. I mean, that's probably what this is for. 3 mana Shatter to Azeka's Chariot is not good, but, wherever we are.
It gets the job done.
Exactly.
And there-
real quick
there's
before
also
what do we
there's
got?
some good chatter options for you.
Yeah.
We had the last adversary previewed.
Oh, the green one? Oh, boy. Buckle up.
Adversary, 2 and a green
Cut.
for a wolf, 4/3 with trample.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
When Primal Adversary enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 and a green any number of times. When you pay this cost, put that many +1/+1 counters on Primal Adversary. Then up to that many target lands you control become 3/3 wolf creatures with haste that are still lands.
It's a 2 mana 4/3 just on surface
It's
value?
3 mana.
Oh, okay.
So at 6 mana, you end up getting 8 power and haste. Because
But-
then you have a land untapped after paying 5 mana for it.
Oh, because it's 5. It's 5 to do
it's
it.
3
and you need
plus 2 for the multi-kicker.
Okay.
So at 6 mana, it's an 8 power haste creature. By itself, it's a 3 mana 4/3 with trample. I go, come on! Why? And it's the right creature type. Like, I've spent so many.
Wait, it's a wolf?
Yes.
Oh, that's going right into Ireland.
Yeah, I've spent so much time looking at all these different tribal decks and being like, well, we only have like 6 creatures that are playable in that tribe. And now you're just taking, like, their adversary gets to be a wolf. That gets to be the biggest one.
It doesn't make it Cruise Azeka's Chariot. It,
What are you
oh
doing?
my god. Wait, it doesn't make a 3/3 it doesn't make your land become a 3/3 token, right? It's a land with 3 +1/+1 counters.
I think
That's a difference.
No, they just
it just becomes a
they don't
3/3.
get +1/+1 counters. They just become 3/3 wolves.
Yeah.
So let me get this
it's not-
straight. Let me get this straight. So this is what we can do right now, right?
Yeah.
We can go Azeka's Chariot on turn 4, and then turn 5, we play this, animate your land, crew Azeka's Chariot, attack with Azeka's Chariot, copy the land,
The
which is
land's not a
3/3.
token.
You can't copy the land.
Oh,
Still a land.
oh, okay. I thought it became a 3/3 wolf token.
Yeah.
Because if
the
that
land just becomes a
No.
wolf. It's like it just becomes a creature land that's
Oh.
Yeah.
always on.
okay, so you can't chariot it.
Correct.
Okay. I was gonna say that's absurd, but that's still really good.
I just knew the green one was going to be bonkers.
Yeah.
And
I still think the red's better. I still think it goes red-green for me.
yeah, the red one is very good.
Yeah.
There's just so many good green creatures.
Yeah, I think it's red-green-white for me.
Also on the front of good green creatures, there was another one everyone wanted me to ask you about.
Oh, God. What do we got?
So
Green shouldn't get any more preview
It's,
cards. They should be done right now.
I think the best way to describe it is green Grave Titan. 4 green for human werewolf. Torvalor's Huntmaster enters the battlefield. Create 2/2 green wolf tokens with Daybound 6/6. The backside is Tovalor's Pack Leader creature werewolf. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2/2 green wolf token, and then it has an activated ability 2 green. Another target wolf or werewolf you control fights target creature you don't control. Nightbound, and it's a 7/7.
What's the power and toughness on the front?
6/6. It's a Grave Titan. You don't get the 2/2s when you attack though.
On the front side, correct.
Yeah.
On the backside,
On the
you
backside
do?
you get 1/2
Backside you
when
do.
it attacks, right?
You get what?
You get 1/2 when it ETBs
No,
and
2.
attacks on the front side or on the backside. You
2.
You get 2 on the backside as well.
Yes.
And it can fight for 4 mana?
Yes.
But another wolf can fight. So not it. Your 2/2s can fight or something else you have. That ability isn't as good, but it's still just the front side is a Grave Titan that without the attack trigger, and the back side is a 7/7 Grave Titan with the extra fight ability.
Wow.
I mean, I
it
wish
probably has secret reach in its flavored text too.
I wish I had that in my ramp deck on Tuesday. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it legendary?
Wow.
I would assume so.
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
Why not?
You can have two in play and just activate the one and have the other fight and
Just think about this. If you have like a Jaspera Sentinel in play and you go like turn 4 Arlen, right? Make some wolves. Then the next turn you go land 5 with Jaspera Sentinel and these wolves. You tick up, head to night, right? And then you go at your opponent's end step, flash in that creature. You get 6 power, or you get 8.
Yeah.
You get 10 power, and then you untap and you get to attack and throw it in. That was the one thing I was waiting for Arlen, is there was no creature to flash in. That was very good. Like, you don't want to flash in Goldspan Dragons, right? But flashing in that and having that little oops surprise. Wow. Well, this preview cards of those two green decks are insane.
I'm particularly mad because there's so many good green cards. It means that some of them just don't get to see play. Because eventually, like one or two of them are just going to be the best ones.
Yeah. You know what it says to me is there's 2 insane Gruul decks. There's 2 busted ones. One werewolf themes, one just does Magda Chariot things, and it's like now we're just the top 2 decks are going to be 2 different Gruul decks. Like, wow. Should we just end the show? I don't even want to keep playing after this.
I mean,
wow. Those cards are good. Okay. Well, you're going first. I'm playing a busted Rakdos deck. This is all going to be fine.
I will keep my hand.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'll start on Boulder Loft Pathway, Paladin class.
Okay.
Got a nice little hand here.
Cost 1 more during your turn. Okay, that's pretty good.
Got a nice little hand here.
I don't like nice little hands.
Some happy little trees.
Happy little trees. We're gonna put a happy little tree right here. All right, I'm gonna play a land and I'll pass to you.
Okay. I will play Lair of the Hydra and join the dance.
Dance.
Okay. Jeans, you're up.
All right.
Want a Spikefield Hazard one of them?
I can't.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yes, I do, but
Get wrecked, noob.
I am a noob. Now I'm gonna play a land, and I am going to cast Flame Channeler. Pass to you. This is a red 2-drop that red has been waiting for. I think Ari really nailed it. Once again, y'all, that was a nice piece of content I read, was Ari's article, so check it out.
Okay. I'm gonna play Jaspera Sentinel and
Are you?
just don't know how exactly I want to play this turn.
Yeah, I don't know how I want to play my next turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna Jaspera Sentinel and Kabira take down the Channeler.
Okay.
Get in for 2.
All right.
You're at 18. Pass the turn.
18. That was pretty good.
Hoping for no magic missile here.
Yeah.
Sedgemoor Witch would be pretty good, but I could level the Paladin class and get in for 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty afraid of. Yeah, I'm just gonna magic missile and kill these.
Okay.
Pass to you.
That's not the worst, you know.
Yep.
I was a Sentinel and a token.
Pretty strong.
And now I have a Minsk.
Okay.
Get a Boo and attack for 2.
Boo for 2. Okay, 16.
Pass the turn.
So I know you just have gas in hand. So if you pump next turn, you just have a huge attack, which is pretty scary.
Nice little 8-ball.
Yeah. So I don't think I really want that to happen. So I'm going to kill that and we'll kill Shaheen.
Okay.
And I'm going to play a land and pass to you.
So now we've effectively traded 3 cards for 3 cards, right?
Yep.
And I still have a boo.
Exactly, yep. So not the best interactions for me, but trying to set stuff up, of course. And the Paladin class has made it so I can't try to do any of these tricks during your turn, which is annoying.
Okay. I'm going to play Timber Crown Pathway, Jaspera Sentinel, level the Paladin class,
Okay.
and get in for 2.
14.
Pass the turn. I think that level is real important in this matchup.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunately. See what we want to do now.
Cute thing with the Anthem now in play is I can activate Lair of the Hydra for X equals 0.
Nope,
And still
X can't be 0.
Oh.
It
That's a tilt.
says it on the card.
Why would they say that?
To stop stupid things like that.
I think it's literally to prevent people from misclicking on Arena.
Yeah, probably
It's
is.
literally there to do that. And
It feels bad when that happens,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
and unfortunately that means that cool interactions like this don't come up.
Yep. Very true. So I have a really tough dilemma. It's like, do I want to play my good cards now or do a little bit of setup and try to do something like that? What's this next chapter? You do something gross, right?
Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike when I die.
That is pretty gross.
If I had a land, I could attack and give one of them +1/+1 and double strike.
Mm-hmm.
So that it would go from a 4-point attack to an 8-point attack.
Oh, this is tricky. Tricky. I feel like... All right. I'm going to go... Yeah. All right. I got it. I'm going to play Sedgemoor Witch and pass to you.
Okay, I will attack with my creatures.
Attacking with your creatures. Okay, I am going to cast Spikefield Hazard here and get a pest.
Yeah, and then block it.
And then block, so I'll take a total of 1 because I'm going to gain a life.
Yep, so you're going to end at 13.
And that's exiled.
And I've just got Join the Dance and flashback on this with my land.
Wow.
Don't worry, it's fine.
All right, you've joined the dance.
The problem there is I knew I was casting Join the Dance.
Yeah, that one made a little bit more sense than your other blunder. All right, well, I have the adversary. Just
But your magic
incredible
missile
again.
doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, it doesn't, but I still just get to probably go with the weakest one if I'm just killing one of these creatures, which I think I am. To maybe get aggressive myself. Getting a little risky here. So if I kill a creature and you were to...
It's an 8-point attack.
It's what? You attack
with two
for
creatures,
4,
it'll be an 8. Yeah.
and then it gets +2/+2?
Yeah.
Wait, and double strike, though, so...
Yeah, so it goes from a 2/2
8.
power creatures to a 3-power double striker and a 2-power.
Oh, it's for other
only one-
attack.
only one creature.
Only one. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yes. Alternatively, if I draw a land, I can make it a 9-point attack by making a 4 or 5/5 layer. So you're under no real threat of dying unless I have some sort of haste.
Okay. Let's go
Pretty good haste,
with...
too.
All right, let's go with the shock and just kill that. I'll get a pest. And... Yeah, I don't want to block with either of these, I don't think. Maybe adversary. Yeah, okay, I'll just attack for 3.
I go to 17.
Past you?
Yeah, I don't like leaving back to 3/3.
Me too. Wow, adversary and witch is just awesome. It's just really good.
I've got another overgrown farmland. So now I'll play Join the Dance.
Okay.
And then I will flashback Join the Dance.
The dance has been joined.
Get 2 more.
That's
Army
disgusting.
of Shaheens. You're up.
That is disgusting. Yeah, now I'm in a lot of trouble, that's for sure.
And just stopping the early advantage from Corey's creatures was enough for me to put him on the back foot.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's going to be the onus is on him to try to find a spot where he can turn the corner.
Yeah.
That's just tough to do.
I'm not seeing it so far. Let's go with... I'll play a land, and I'm going to get in there with a den and have this goblin attack. Oops.
So I kind of suspect that your last card is another Spike
Play
Field
with fire.
Hazard.
Oh, yeah.
And so either way, you're going to get... my normal thought process would be to double block there, block here, and you can Spike Field Hazard one of them that has... Yeah, I'll make that
All
play.
right, just normal trades.
So I lose 1.
And I'll pass to you.
Just trying to trade down my board a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. My lands, I have enough lands. 5 is kind of that magic number. So it's not great, but...
Yeah. Me drawing land's also not great. I've got plenty of green mana. Maybe I need more red? I have very few red cards in the deck, though. I think I'm just going to make another green land.
Okay.
Like there's 4 more red cards in the entire deck. There's another Minsk and 3 Lorehold commands. And I would love to draw a Lorehold command right here. That would probably end the game.
You know what also in the game? If you played Goldspan Dragon in your deck,
Yeah.
like play that, attack with
Any 5 mana spell.
Yeah, I mean Goldspan Dragon is literally lethal right now.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go to the 3rd level here.
Oh yeah, because you'd have to level, so it wouldn't be totally
Yeah.
lethal. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So let's do that. And then how many creatures do I want to attack with? Because you're going to get to eat one with adversary and
chump the big one if I want.
chump the big one with the pest. So that it doesn't do like it. If I attack with everything, let's just by way of example, I'll target the Sentinel. Let's say, then you chump the Sentinel. You eat here. You take 6. You gain 1. So I'm effectively trading a Shaheen for 5 damage.
Yep.
And that's if I attack with everything. You would go to 8. You could potentially crack back with the Den for 10. Put me to 7, which would leave you
Pretty dead.
So you can't really do that.
Yeah, seems like a good attack to me. I can't play any spells, so...
Yeah, the issue is if you just keep drawing burn spells, because what I want is a situation where Corey is forced to chump block with one of his bigger creatures.
Yep.
But any burn spell you draw that kills a creature, creates a chump blocker for the Paladin class, ends up being really awkward. But I do think one big attack like this makes sense with you low item resources. So I'm going to try the big attack, pump the Jaspera Sentinel, so it's a 6/7.
Yep, I'll do that block. Take 6, take 5 actually.
Yeah, so you're at 8.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. All
There's a
right.
ton of good draws here. I still have the Lair of the Hydra.
I'm going to play this and Royal Eruption this, get a pest, attack for 6.
Puts me to 11.
I could leave this
Yeah.
back. Let's do this.
Okay, just for 3.
Yeah.
I'm at 14.
Past you.
14 to 8.
Want to be chipping away at your creatures if I can.
So now, baby.
Uh-oh.
Baby. You have no hand.
No hand.
Do I want to kick this once or twice?
Oh, God.
Once,
You kick it twice.
once lets me activate the Lair, gives me another attacker. But I kind of, and if it dies, it just goes away, and I don't really need the extra. Gets it out of that range, sure. Well, I'm just thinking about being able to make good attacks here.
Yeah.
I guess if I make them 4/4s, then you don't even really have a good block with this. Yeah. Let's. I'm at 14. If you drew, let's say you drew Magic Missile, I guess that's still just that has to
And we
go
gotta
all
play a
of
little
this.
faster too.
Yeah. If you draw a burn spell, you deal me 1. I go to 13. You kill this. Deal me another 1. I go to 12. You're gonna have to make some blocks here. This is yeah. I'll just kick it twice.
Yeah.
And so that means these are gigantic.
Absolutely gigantic.
They're 4/4s, and one of them is going to be a 5/5
large.
double striker.
So I have to even chump
Actually,
another.
you don't because it has double strike, so your pest is going to die first.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
you could just go to 1.
I'll go to 1. I'm in.
So you're a 1. Pass the
Done.
turn.
Not a thing
Yeah.
I can really draw, I imagine. Yeah, land in it. So, all right, 1 and 1. We'll head to sideboarding real quick because we are a little behind schedule, and we'll get ready and we'll see if I have a chance at winning the marbles in the third match, or if Ross locks it up. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Rakdos Burn and Naya Tokens. From my end, I am taking out the Royal Eruption. I think it's my worst removal spell in a matchup where I'm not trying to go out the face, and just bringing in Cinderclasm, which, believe it or not, would have been insane that last game.
And, as I've noted, I think killing Corey's early threats is the key for me winning this matchup. I think I can very easily outgrind the burn spells if you're not generating a ton of extra value off of them.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring in some extra removal in the form of Burning Hands. Not ideal, but it can kill Flame Channeler before it transforms, and it can kill Sedgemoor Witch. So I think that makes it better than Portable Hull, which can never hit Sedgemoor Witch.
Yep.
I think Ranger class is one of the weakest cards in my deck. Neither of its levels are particularly relevant because I'm not being super aggressive.
Yep.
And just as a 2-mana 2/2, it dies to everything, including Play with Fire.
Okay.
Trimming 1 Briarbridge Tracker. I think one of the weaker creatures in the deck, just because the clue on the battlefield is less relevant in a matchup where I need to be playing some pretty good defense.
Yep.
And it dies as a 3 toughness creature as opposed to Adelaine, which you might think maybe I'll cut one of the legends because I have 4 of them, but I think that card is just really good in the matchup having 4 toughness.
I don't want to see it.
So trimming a Briarbridge Tracker, just getting a little bit of extra removal in my deck, and hopefully can contain Corey's aggression here on the draw.
Yeah, that 4 toughness in this deck, that is a huge hole in this deck. You
probably need to sideboard some black removal just for those big creatures.
Exactly, or Goldspan Dragon. Like, that's another one. The card I'd really want is Red Cap Melee. Like, even the cost of sacking a land late game, not a big deal for this deck. So even if I hit a white creature, it would have been fine. But having that good answer to Goldspan, but it's not in the format anymore, thankfully. I will play first, and woohoo! Saved by the end. I will keep.
Get that second land.
Oh yeah. And then its favorite friend, a third land. All right.
Making 3 land drops in game 3 of a match.
I know, you're in
Not
trouble.
going to 4.
Oh yeah, the sound is nice.
Okay.
God, and I just love Den in this deck. This is my favorite creature land. I've just been, like I said, playing it in Historic as well, and
I will keep my hand as well.
Pass to you.
I have a Lair and a Jaspera Sentinel.
Just bear a Sentinel, eh?
That's the turn.
All right. Bolt the bird and whatnot. Now, what do I want to play? I'm gonna go with a Alchemist. Pass to you. My 2-drops are so good. All of them.
I just have a farmland and another Sentinel.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I have a land.
Alchemist is one of those cards that doesn't read super well, but plays a lot better than it reads.
It plays a lot better, I agree. And then I got another Alchemist. Pass to you.
Oh, my draws have not been great.
Yay.
Guess I'll do what I can.
Okay.
I'm going to play Boulderloft Pathway. This is kind of a cute interaction, too. I can cast Intrepid Adversary.
Okay.
It enters the battlefield and triggers.
It sure does.
I'll
That's
pay.
pretty sweet.
and get a counter on it.
Yeah. All right. Take one.
Okay, no second play with fire. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm at
agreed.
19.
Oh.
Please don't magic missile me.
You mean this top deck? It's not the blowout, though, because this is X2, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, wait.
It counts itself. Yeah, it's not,
Yeah, so I still only get to kill one. But still strong. And I think it's going to be my play because the lifelink ability on that is pretty bad for me. So I'm going to play land tap. I'm going to magic missile 2/1.
trigger on the stack.
Yeah, trigger
Do
on the
that.
stack.
So I'm going to take 3 total.
Yep, so you
I'll
go
be
to
at
16 and I'll pass to you.
This is tough. I'm going to need to draw some good ones.
I'm fortunate I drew that one.
When I said draw some good ones, what I really meant was draw Azeka's Chariots.
And did you?
I did not.
Hooray! Yeah, I can't beat a chariot ever if you cast that card. Holy cow, would that brick wall me?
Needle Verge Pathway, pass the turn.
2.
I'm at 14.
14 to 20. I'm going to untap. Not the ideal draw for me. Not the ideal draw at all, to be honest. Now, do I want to try to get aggressive? I don't know what kind of flash threats you have. So you can make a 2/2 layer, I guess. It's not insane or anything. All right. I'm going to play a channeler and I'm going to pass to you. Oh.
I told you my draw is not very good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I will play a Timber Crown Pathway
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Bang. 12.
Yep.
Okay, now you're completely dead. I'm going to play land 5. I have adversary kicked. I'm going to target play with fire. Oh, I guess, yeah, I have to play it one at a time, huh? Does that... I still, if I pay the cost, if you kill it on the stack, I still get to return, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'll play this trigger.
I will respond to the trigger.
With Burning Hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Burning Hands the adversary.
Okay, so I'll still pay and play. I'll pay to play. Nice. And then triggers on the stack.
Oh, crap. I screwed this up. I thought I had one more mana to play with.
I'm doing the playing.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure this is dead instead of the adversary.
Yeah,
dead.
that seems good.
I thought I had enough mana to also activate Lair and cast Takedown, but I need to tap this for mana and tap it to the Sentinel, which
Yeah.
I cannot do.
Yep, you're right. Okay, so I'm going to deal you 2.
Yeah, I'll play with Fire's Exiled.
So, yeah, 10.
10, they untap, attack me to 7.
And then pass to you.
Incredibly dead.
Yeah.
I've just flooded. I kept a hand of 4 lands, Takedown, double Sentinel.
Yeah.
And I just drew that Burning
Chariot
Hands.
here could keep you alive, I think.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Overgrown Farmland will not do it, however.
Are you saying this other adversary is going to be good with Magic Missile?
So you're going to put me to 5, and then, you're just going to kill me.
I'm going to put you to 3. Missile is going to put you to 0. This is going to put you to -2. And this is going to put you to -8.
I was going to be able to cast Amiria's Call next turn,
Okay.
but I just didn't do anything in the meantime.
Yeah, but look at this draw. It may have looked like a complete beating because it was, but if you had Chariot there on curve, what does this draw do to Chariot?
I mean, you just start going upstairs with as much burn as you can and playing some 3/3s and trying to block.
But, yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible, but I did not have the answers on board. But,
Yeah. Well, you get to play defense against the extra tokens with the Alchemist.
Yeah.
So I think you would have been in okay shape. It would have just been about drawing burn off the top of your deck.
Agreed. But I would,
in my case, just needed to draw some more gas to bridge the gap there. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan 4 lands, these 3.
I think I like it. I would have kept, but you know me.
Yeah, I mean, one of the lands was Lair, so I have a mana sink.
Yeah.
I had all 3 colors.
But overall, this deck looked insane, and great job, Ari. He did it. That was pretty sweet. So we are a little behind, and we have...
that would have been good.
Not bad. We are a little behind, and we want to get to our last match because it is sweet. I'm going to be playing that Is It deck I was talking about on Tuesday. Ended up playing a little Delver of Secrets with Rowan. Obviously, those two are on a combo, but the rest is pretty much all spells. And see if it's good enough. I'm skeptical, but excited. So what do you got up against me?
I have a deck that I really is out of my comfort zone. It's a little Rakdos Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how
Not
that works. Trying to use Jadar effectively in a different shell as opposed to the aggressive shell that you played it in. We got some good removal. We've got some pretty good creatures here in the Rakdos shell to replace some of the things we lost, like Woe Strider, Whisper Squad, unfortunately gone. But we'll see what we can do with Rakdos Sacrifice in this new era. So we're going to take a 5-minute break here, get that last match set up, and then come back and play it for the marbles in Innistrad Midnight Hunt Standard. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
We've got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We have one more match today, exploring Innistrad Midnight Hunt Standard. And while Corey's deck does not have a ton of new cards in it, I think it has one that y'all are going to be excited about.
Yeah.
That is Delver of Secrets. Playing it in a not super aggressive shell, but an interesting shell because I went through your list and you've got a lot of double face cards. Your spell count is going to be really, really high.
Really high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my Delvers should flip. They really should. They should flip pretty consistently. And for the most part, this deck is not a lot of new cards from the set, but it's a lot of cards that were not playable. Like I'm playing Rowan. I'm playing a lot more spells, trying to do this Alrund's Epiphany plan with either Rowan or Will on the other side. Something I was doing in the other preview season for Strixhaven just to test out, but then Throne of Eldraine completely shadowed these kind of things. So mostly revisiting a preview season from Strixhaven, and some of the cards that we haven't really seen since all of this Throne of Eldraine stuff has just been so popular. So that's the main MO of my plan. I'm doing some spells, but I'm also just throwing Delvers in there because I know you wanted to see a little bit of Delver action. So here we are.
And on my side of things, playing a Rakdos Sacrifice deck, kind of gonna have to retool. We lost a lot of the things that typified Rakdos in the past. No more Woe Strider. No more Timuret Calls the Dead. If you want to go that graveyard theme with Kroxa as well, all gone. And so what I'm doing is I'm playing around with a lot of treasures. We've got Kalane and Shambling Gas still around. You
don't have this 3-drop that got previewed, right?
No.
Because that just got previewed. That card would be good in this deck.
And I'm going to be using I've got Jadar as a way to provide a steady stream of things to sacrifice. Live is a great removal spell along with Village Rites, so these are both good things to sacrifice that zombie to. For free value and have nice cheap spells. But the treasures are going to accelerate into us into our heavy hitters. Immersturm Predator. This was a card, if you remember back when we were playing Call Time during preview season, it looked quite good.
Yeah.
But when we're playing preview season, we're playing, fun decks against each other. This is a card that's very good in the mid-rangey formats.
Yes.
Because it's very difficult to remove. Gives you a little bit of graveyard interaction, which is nice. Going to be even better in a world where Flashback exists. It's also a dragon if you play Dragon's Rage, which I do in my sideboard. And then I've got Goldspan Dragon, obviously, to go with these treasures with Kalane and Shambling Gas.
Yeah, I can't beat that card.
So we got a nice mid-range Rakdos Sacrifice deck that has some heavy hitters. We get to play Callous Blood Mage as our bridge threat. Sometimes you want to draw a card to hit land drop. Sometimes you want
to play that.
Sometimes you want to make a token to sacrifice the stuff. Sometimes you can hit their graveyard.
I still think that card's unplayable.
Don't forget, Ross got to play Whisper Squad.
Yeah, that's a good point. I won't question your bad black-red creatures. I mean, all you've been shown is bad black-red creatures so far, so I'm all about it.
You just remember Callous Blood Mage as bad because it was printed in a format where you can't mid-range. This is a very fine mid-range card.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really low on that card, personally, but I like everything else you're doing. But I really do not think that's a good card. I think it had to, do 2 of the things to be a good card.
You want to have a 2/1, a 1/1, and draw a card?
Yeah, and lose a life, yeah.
I mean, if it were green, it would probably do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It'd be a 5/5 with hexproof.
Can you believe they printed 2 busted green cards while we were doing this show? Come on, are you kidding me? Wow. Let's just ban green from our shows. What do
The
you
only
say?
thing I like is that it's a 3-drop. Because green just has a lot of good 2s as well. Like Werewolf
Yeah.
Pack Leader, I think is just the best 2-drop in the format.
It is, but it was held back by not wanting to play either a lot of werewolf synergies, and you don't have to with that card. But now you're just incentivized to at this point, like.
But like, there's just so many. There's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good 3s in almost every color.
Yeah.
So
3s are pretty stocked. Yeah. But yeah, it should be all right. We'll see, but maybe not. I'm guessing you want to go second?
I will
For the marbles?
be playing first. Thank you very
All
much.
right. I'm pretty skeptical of my deck as well, y'all. I'm hoping it's good, but it could just be far too clunky against what Ross is doing. But
What matters is you're giving the people what they want to see.
that's
They wanna
true.
See Delver.
That's true. And hopefully we see some Delver flips. That's the main thing. And if I start beating you down with Delvers, maybe we can, look into it. I think there are a lot of things Delver lost. A ton of things. Ponder being the biggest one. Gataxian Probe. These were in Standard when Delver was in Standard last. The one thing it's gained is a ton of spell lands where your lands are the hit. So that is one good thing we got going on for it.
Okay, I will play down to the Bugbear and pass the turn.
All right, I have a Hall and a Delver. Pass to you.
I have Lightstep Pathway and Kalane get a
Okay.
treasure.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Sad. Sad.
Just set me up for the double flip next turn with the second
Yeah.
Delver here.
Yeah, no, unfortunately I'm not. Now it's just what do I want to do? And I think I am just going to foretell and pass to you.
Okay, well, I have a mountain. I will attack you for 1.
19.
And I think I will cast a 4/4 Immerstorm Predator.
I'm dead.
Pass the turn.
Ah, great job, Delver. Let's flip. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh man, Disdainful Stroke. That's gonna get Immerstorm Predator.
Gross. Yeah, I'm completely dead. I am completely dead. What on earth can I draw? Nothing.
Have you tried more Delvers?
Yeah, more Delvers I don't know is going to be the great solution here. So I'm going to play a land and I'm going to pass to you.
So I know Corey has a
Disdainful Stroke.
yes, a Disney. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to play a big threat. Instead, I can play Callous Blood Mage.
Okay, thank God.
I will be drawing a card here, so put me to 19.
Okay.
And now the question is, do I want to attack with Immerstorm Predator? I mean, my attack is for 5, and then I've got 3 on the ground. You can potentially try to block and then burn spell, but I have 2 creatures to sack. So yeah, declare tax.
Yeah, go ahead.
Attack with Predator, get a counter.
Yeah, and it gets a counter no matter what, even if you don't exile something,
Yes.
right? Okay, I will take 5.
Brings you to 14.
Yep.
And then I will play a tapped Shatter Skull and pass the turn.
All right. End step, I will behold. I don't really need those, so I'm gonna bottom. Draw 2. And I will consider. Consider putting consider into the graveyard and draw. Those were not great. Yikes. Let's go with yeah. I'm in trouble.
Kalane into Immerstorm Predator is a nice curve.
It really is. It really is trouble for me. Just trying to think what I can do here, trying to remember what all these abilities are.
You're reading Rowan? I'm telling you right now, I know what the card does.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you.
It's not going to help me right now, I guarantee that. and not what I was reading, but still.
Maybe if I let it live and you have like 4 straight Allruns Epiphanies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was considering here. So I'm going to start with a Delver. And I'm going to play another Hall. And I don't think I can really get in there. We need some Delver blocks. It's looking like maybe I try to get a little frisky. No, I can't. I'll pass to you.
I hear that's Delver strength is blocking.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying so far. Not exactly ideal here, I will say. And I don't have, like, Brazen Bar to be bouncing Innistrad Predator, so that's a card that's just going to be a problem.
Okay. I am going to cast Shambling Ghast.
Okay.
I would like to declare an attack.
I see what you're doing here. Yep.
I will attack with these 2, trigger the Predator, removing Behold, get a counter. Before damage, before blockers, I will sacrifice Shambling Ghast to Predator and give -1/-1 to your Delver of Secrets.
Okay, and then I'll block this one.
That trades, you take 6.
Yep.
Puts you to 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'm doing fine here. 6.
This is a lethal attack next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was at 1 more life, maybe I could piece something together here. But as it stands, I probably can't. So I'm going to play a Goldspan Dragon and pass to you.
Oh. I really wanted to draw a land there.
Oh, what? To kill me with the onboard den? No way.
So I will just, attack.
Okay, I'll take it.
Puts you to 1.
I'm guessing you want to exile something?
Yeah, exile a Delver.
Sure.
I'll play another Predator.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, we need a lot of all runs in a row here. We didn't get a lot of all runs in a row. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, if Innistrad Predator was a turn later, maybe I had a chance there, but as it stands, that card is really, really tough for me to deal with my red base removal.
Need to get an Into the Royal or 2 into your deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Into the Royal. No, I was thinking Royal Eruption. And I did have him in there right away because it's pretty decent with like Rowan and then Bounce.
Yeah.
And now I think I have to, but yeah, I didn't think it was good enough.
It's a nice 1 or 2 of to have.
It actually is, yeah.
You can also sideboard Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost would be a good one.
Yeah, hits Goldspan Dragon, hits...
yeah, it does just tap it down right away, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's Predators. Maybe that's a sideboard card you need to look into.
Oh, for sure. That's one I forgot, too. Yeah. All right. Well...
unsurprisingly, in these, weird matchups during previous season, we get caught with sideboards that are unprepared.
Doesn't seem right to me.
But
doesn't seem right to me.
It's good to know that there are some options there, right? You're not just stone cold.
Yeah, because that's an answer to Goldspan Dragon as well. So that's something I for sure should have. Rob, you got some Ray of Frost that I can add to my sideboard after this? That was oversight.
I don't know. You got to play with the deck list you submitted.
Well, I think Ross is going to beat me this game and lock it up, and we'll do it for posterity's sake.
Yes, of course.
Sweet. All right, I'm going to go first this time. I did have Rowan, and but if I had Rowan and into the Royal, like that was a way I could have stabilized by just blocking with Delvers.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been great, but because you just get to replay it, but still something I could have done. All right, I'll go first.
You can get aggressive with the Delvers, tempo me out with the bounce spells, then Goldspan.
Yeah, Goldspan attack and then into the Royal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, into the Royal seems like a good one. All right, I'll keep. I will keep. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just don't think I should keep this one lander.
Okay.
I can get cute and go Shambling Ghast on 1, Village Rites on 2, and make a treasure and try to do something, but it's just gonna put me too far behind.
Okay.
I want to make 3, 4, or 5 land drops when I'm a Goldspan Dragon, Innistrad Predator deck.
Yeah.
If I was the more low to the ground Rakdos deck, that's the kind of hand I would keep. But in this version, that's a little bit bigger. Those landlight hands are a lot more punishing.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, my hand looks really sweet. Really sweet.
Or would have snapped it off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know me.
So chat wanted to ask about another green card.
Oh God, no, chat, don't do it to us.
I mean, this one isn't quite the same, but
Okay.
we'll see what you think about it.
It's called Raffello's Llanowar Emissary.
yeah. It's Earl with a mustache on.
Death Bonnet Sprout, 1 green for a 1/1 creature fungus. So no tribal thing to worry about here.
Okay.
At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. And then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform it.
Okay.
The backside is a fungus horror 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Death Bonnet Hulk.
Seems like if it's going to work in anything, it's going to be some kind of Golgari deck that can play something like Seder Wayfinder. I know, that we don't have that available, but if we have something like that where you can go that into that and have some graveyard shenanigans, that could be good.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of help, but if it gets the help, I can see something there.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, my next hand. This is definitely a keep, and I think I've just got to put that back and hope it works out.
All right, I'm going to start with this here. I know I'm going to hit, so we'll just leave it like this, okay?
Okay, I will play a Haunted Ridge and pass.
Knew it the whole time. Attack for 3. Let's go, Delver.
17.
A's in chat. A's in chat. All right, I will foretell and pass to you. Admittedly, that is good, I guess, right?
I will play Jadar and end step get a zombie.
Okay. You know what I'm kind of thinking? What about a Izzet deck with like this, the Celebrant that I was just playing the 2/2 whenever you deal damage to something, and then just Adversary as the creatures? Is that enough of an aggressive plan? Who knows?
I know. Could be.
Could be, could not be. I will attack for sure.
14.
And what do I want to do about your stuff? If anything. I'm going to play this and take 3.
17.
And pass to you.
Also, chat would like to know about a possible addition to this deck.
Yeah.
That was previewed, I believe, earlier today.
Oh, God.
Late yesterday. It's called Fading Hope. It's a 1 blue instant. Return target creature to its owner's hand. If its mana value was 3 or less, scry 1. So what do you think about that?
Nah.
You need something more versatile in a deck like this. It's trying to be controlling. But if you want to go the classic Delver style, it's more aggressive. That's a card that could play very well.
Sure, yeah. But I think Into the Royal is just a better card in that one, personally. But that is something to keep an eye on. But I think one thing we all got to get out of our heads is the classic Delver mold. It's a completely different world, and like that is the classic Delver style. I think we're gonna have to look at that work. Agreed.
But that's a piece that could be good in a deck like that.
Yeah. But I think Into the Royal is.
I would like to attack you for 3.
I'll take it.
You go to
14 all.
14 before I sacrifice this thing. I'll Village Rites it.
That is pretty sweet. Okay.
That's how I'm pretty sure it works. Pretty sure it's a delayed trigger. It's a sacrifice it at end of combat.
Well, yeah, you would deal damage, and then it would be a trigger, or...
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
it's there's
got to be a time.
It's not like a state-based action or whatever.
I wouldn't think so. I didn't even know Village Rites was still around, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Not a great set of draws. I will play a swamp and pass in my second main phase.
I will kill this. Hopefully you don't have another one.
I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'll consider.
Yep.
I'll consider keeping this one. And I'll untap.
Yep.
I'll take 2 or take 3
to 11.
And put you to 11.
Yep.
And then pass to you.
Play Seer Step Pathway. And I will attempt a Shadow Skull Smashing for 2 on the operation.
In response, I'm going to Behold.
Yep.
I think I'll at least keep one of those. And then draw and play Dwari Disruption.
Yeah, pass the turn.
Okay. I had 2 Dwaris, if you'd believe it. Oh, baby! G-Span!
I'm at 4.
Fast to you.
Not sure what I can draw here.
Old Goldie. Delver and Goldspan Dragon working together. Well, there's no denying that Delver was good this game. There's no way to say no, it wasn't.
I just have a 3/3.
Bang!
Yeah. Just drew a bunch of expensive cards.
Yeah. And I had an iteration to have the go-ahead to find some more cards. Yeah, I'll run off the top. Might have been good, too. That was sweet. That was absolutely sweet.
Yep. My draw is a little clunky. Got to play the classic tempo game.
From Delver, yeah. A flipped on turn 1. Life is good. And then who would have guessed a game plan gets a lot easier. But we did see a lot of the negatives about my deck, though, too. I went to 11 without you touching me. That's too much damage, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so
there's going to be a lot of games where that really costs you, especially
Yeah.
if you're trying to race with Delver. If you're trying to get aggressive.
So Seagate Restoration might be the one that is not needed. I was trying to go as ham as possible and see how much I have to pull back, and it already seems like Seagate is a little bit too much. But that's going to do it for our first 2 games. We're going to play the final game for the marble here. For the marbles here, we're going to head to sideboarding. Do not go anywhere.
Just
Yes.
a sec.
Yeah? What's going on?
The video isn't loading, so give me
Live sideboarding? We can just live sideboard if that's easier for
I was
you.
gonna say I have a solution. It was going to take me an extra 30 seconds.
No, we'll do a live sideboard. That's fine. We didn't want to waste time anyways. So I have 4 rays. What's fair? 2? 3? How many should I try out against you?
You still want to put in race?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, weird how that works.
Yeah. Well, like, look at all this garbage. I don't need 4 burning
I'll
hands.
give you 2 of them.
You'll give me 2. Okay. You are very merciful.
Yeah.
Mr. Merriam. Okay, so you are a Rakdos deck. You have a bunch of zombies and stuff, so my Cinderclasms are decent, right? At least not awful.
Sure.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I want to
sure.
get these.
I have 4 Spikefield hazards, so I don't know if you really want that. I have 4 Spikefield hazards.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
this card's just not good. Okay.
I think I'm going to take out my negates as step 1. Those seem like the worst cards. My
Where's the
Prismari
other
commands
one
are not very good either. And this is a little insider of what we try to do just to make sure we're not bringing in completely heinous cards. Try to keep each other in check. I'm going to leave in my Delvers because they're cool. How many negates did I run? Those are bad.
I think I'm going to cut my Tainted Adversaries. It's just really bad casting a 2-mana 2/3 Death Touch on 2.
Yeah,
I think
that
this
doesn't
is-
seem great.
Yeah, and I'm basically swapping that for Check for Traps, a better turn 2 play in this matchup, and then swapping out Removal that is a lot more reliable. Like this is the Edict is nice because you don't have many creatures, but just setting up casting that in this deck is pretty tough when you have so much early removal and you have counter spells for it. So yeah, gonna cut the Avatars of the Bloodlord.
Yeah, I'm just low on that card. We've tried it a lot. Maybe it's a different world where it's going to be good, but not super in love with it. I'm just going to bring in 2 of the Cinderclasms. I don't want to flood on that kind of effect. And
You want
Prismari
this kind of card against like mono green aggro kind of matchups. Maybe it's a sideboard card. But yeah, my hand was a little clunky there, so I'm gonna downsize the removal. Dragon's Fire is gonna hit Delver Secrets all the time.
Yeah.
And I have Goldspan and Emberstorm Predator that can get up to a 4/4. So if Predator's in play and big enough, I can Dragon Fire your Goldspan.
You know what is sick with that? Turn 3, you can do it, right? You go Shambling Ghast into Jadar, get a token, and then turn 3, you can just sack all 3. More than likely, it's just a really good turn 4 with Jadar because you sack the decaying creature and then get it back at end step.
You can also do things like Jadar into Callous Blood Mage, make a token, then turn 4, cast it, leaving yourself with the 2/1 and the Jadar.
Ah, yes. Play really bad cards so they're so bad you're incentivized to throw them away to your avatar. That's the Ross Merriam deck building right there. Put cards that are so easily expendable that you just don't mind throwing them away to Village Rites and avatars. And
That's what Rakdos Sacrifice is.
all right. Touche. So yeah, take it on negates. Prismari Command seems pretty weak. You don't really have artifacts. This is just really a nod to Azeka's Chariot. Like, I'm a blue-red deck, so of course you kind of just want to play the signature command card, but I don't think it's still an amazing card, but hitting chariots, are big. And then I want to tap down predators.
It's also just a solid card when you can go kill a creature, make a treasure, next turn Goldspan, and get that going quickly. So, I think Prismari Command, because of Azeka's Chariot, and that's always the determining factor for that, or Kolaghan's Command in Modern, is there a relevant artifact that you're going to hit a lot of the time?
Yeah.
And here you have a relevant artifact, and that treasure mode ends up being relevant because of the curve into Goldspan.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see that be a 1 or 2 of in most Is It lists.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a 3. 3.
It's gonna
I think it's going to be just like a hard 3 for me. Like, I don't think you ever want 4. I don't think 2 is enough. I think it'll be a 3 of if a deck like this is good, but more than likely a deck like this is transformed to either way more Delvery if Delver ends up being cool, or way more just Dragon-y and not playing all these and not playing Delver at all.
Like Is It we saw during the last
probably cutting Rowan. That card could just be completely unplayable, because even thinking now on the draw, I don't really want to draw that card, which is saying something about the card, I think. But I don't know. That's maybe just my pet card, and I can't get rid of it. I like it.
That's no Whisper Squad, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You've never had one of those before, have you, Corey?
Yeah, no. Didn't we say we got Yorion reprint today, right?
Okay. I will keep my hand.
Yeah, me too.
I will play a Shambling Gas.
Okay.
Pass turn.
I'll play a Delver. Pass to you. This looks dangerous into a Village Rites, but
Okay, you want to trade?
no.
Take your 1 to 19.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the Village Rights. So.
Dang it.
Give that -1/-1. Draw 2 cards.
Great job, Delver. You did it.
Is that good?
That was indeed good.
And then I have a Den of the Bugbear. And I'll pass.
I'll play this land, take 3, and pass to you.
Brings you to 16.
Yep.
Okay, I've got a Haunted Ridge, and let's check for some traps playing around the Jwari Disruption here.
Yep, played around all my stuff. You jerk. I had the removal spell, disable stroke, or Jwari. So my hand's full of gas, but, it's going to say a lot about what your next turn's going to be with what you take.
I will take your Disdainful Stroke.
So regardless, you're on to 19.
No, you're losing the life.
Oh.
If you take an instant or a card with flash.
Okay. All right, so I'm at 15.
Loses. So you go to 15, then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. So I can hold up Jwari for a 4-drop, or I can just give up, essentially. I guess I have the answer for that, so I'm not that worried about it. This just feels like an iteration term. You're not going to walk into my card, so.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
What do we hit?
You already know. Anticipate is what we hit.
Classic no-lander.
Yep. I think I do want to actually try this one out, though. And we'll put this one here. And I'll play this Jwari tapped, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, I just have a Shatter Skull and a Jadar.
Okay.
Which is now clear to get a zombie.
A zombie!
Pass the turn.
All right. Not loving it.
Not the best of turns, but it'll do.
Not the worst.
It'll do, pig.
Hey, don't call me that. Okay. No. Yep. That play that I was trying to set up that I thought was going to be cool is no longer cool. So I will cast Expressive Iteration.
Let's find some different plays.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Is another Anticipate?
Yes, basically. It's Anticipate or it's awkward for me, I guess. Yikes. Yeah, I think I will just go like this. Go like this. and go like this. And I'll play this.
Yeah, get a lava glide pathway.
And pass to you. Not great.
I also do not have a great turn here.
Well, that's good.
I will attack for 3.
Yep.
Go to 12.
Mm-hmm.
End step. Justin Parnell goes away.
Or end of combat, yep.
End of combat, yep. I got a land.
Okay.
And I would like to go to end step.
I will attempt to kill it.
Okay. Killing it is fine. Then I'll Agadeem's Awakening back both creatures.
That's pretty good.
We're still in my first main.
Yeah.
End step, I'll get a zombie and pass the turn.
I'll untap.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, you got me there. That was pretty good. I'm going to take 3.
Easy to 9.
Play Goldspan Dragon.
Yep.
And attack, get a treasure.
I'm at 16.
Pass to you.
I will attack for 4.
Okay.
Puts you to 5.
Yep.
Zombie down at the end of combat.
Yep.
I would like to check for some traps.
I have some traps, though. I have said traps. God, that really hurts me.
Yeah. Could have cast that last turn. It would have been very awkward if you...
All right, I'll kill this in response. And then I got a stroke or a Rowan.
I will take the Disdainful Stroke. You lose a life, go to 4.
Yep.
I will then play a Shambling Ghast and Dragon's Fire, your Goldspan, revealing my...
Oh, no!
You can get a treasure, though.
I do get a treasure. Yikes. I had traps. Why couldn't you have just jammed that Goldspan Dragon?
You're up.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I've been very conservative around Corey's counterspells, and it has paid off.
Yeah. That's not very good right now with you having that, well, a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the consider. I'm going to consider not drawing that. Ugh. All right, I'll cast that.
What are you even finding?
I don't know, Ross, okay? But it's not Delver or Shatter Skull Smashing. I'm going to draw, and I'm dead.
It has to be like land removal. Like if you have an untapped land removal spell to make me not want to play Goldspan, so I activate this and you kill it.
Yeah.
And then you're at 2 and you got to kill one of these, and I get a treasure to cast the Goldspan.
Yeah, it wasn't good. All right, you get these, but we got time for one quick loose pity game if you're down.
Yeah, we got enough time.
Yeah, we'll do a loose pity game, but congratulations, the Marvels are finally
I
back.
have to play Rakdos Sacrifice another game.
Yes, yeah, exactly, same. I cast Delver all 3 games. It's just this time you dealt with it and it wasn't remotely close.
Yeah.
But Rowan was so close to doing things again this time. Once again, it did nothing. But yeah, that card, I think I just have to give it up, y'all.
I think that's how that card has been for a while. Like when you've played it and it's gone unanswered, it looks really, really good.
Yeah, but it doesn't protect itself, which is the class. It's like Teferi now, the new Teferi that got printed. It's not going to be good because it doesn't protect itself.
You just need to untap with it the one time. So if your opponent stumbles or you're on the play and you go end of turn 2, kill your 2-drop, play my Rowan, and you just play, and your opponent just plays their 3-drop and passes.
Yeah,
and you get to untap. Then you're golden.
I also bricked on 2 expressive iterations, which was not great that game.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep.
But your brick was not having more lands. So I guess the spells you found were also not very good.
No, I mean, I found good cards, but I didn't hit a land with it both times. That's what I needed. Or it was Jwari Disruption when I needed to interact. Yeah. You know? All right, I'll keep this very medium
hand. If you
hand.
hit the lands, then maybe you have enough mana to be able to just do more stuff early.
Yeah, maybe, but it wasn't great for me.
Maybe you can get the Rowan going, because I was pretty conservative there for several turns.
Yeah. Either way,
the turn I Agadeem, you instead just protect the Rowan and
All right, I'll keep this hand. I'll keep this no lander on the play.
Oh, perfect. Gonna take a lot of damage.
Yep.
I will keep my 1-lander on the draw.
Joke's on you.
I am going to take 3 damage from an Agadine.
Okay.
And play a Shambling Ghast.
Yeah, you're one lander with a Village Rites and a Shambling Ghast, eh? All right, so I'll Spikefield Hazard that. You're dead. And Dry Ruins, and I'll pass to you.
I will play a Seer Step Pathway. I told you I had a land.
Oh.
Haven't played one
Oh,
yet.
yeah, okay.
I'll check for some traps.
No, I have traps. All right, I have 2 good ones. This is unanswered Rowan if I wanted.
What does this do again?
Yeah, still not much, but...
I would have to... I'll take the iteration.
Okay.
So I'm going to lose... It's exiled, but I lose a life.
I lose one, right?
No,
oh,
it's a
instant.
sorcery.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm-
16.
I'm at 16, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I think this is the opportunity. I should go for it. And it's just copying spells later. If I get there, I'm going to try. Take one.
Deal me 1, go to 15.
Pass to you.
And I'm just going to kill it.
Oh, that's... Good job, Rowan. You
No
did
third
it.
land, though. A little unfortunate.
Okay, I'll consider... I'll keep and play land and pass to you.
A lot of mountains over there.
A lot of mountains.
Ugh. So I can just play this card and have it die to the Dragon's Fire. But I'm like not doing anything with my mana, and I'm gonna discard the hand size first, so I'll just trade.
Kill.
Yeah, play my Jadar. He kills it before end step, of course.
Go.
Go.
Okay, that was a good one. Iteration.
Yeah.
I will put this into my hand, this in exile, this
Get another
bottom.
blue source.
Yep, play this and pass to you.
Wow. You can go.
Yeah, all right. Now we're going to be doing something here.
6 draw steps here, 0 lands.
Yeah. All right, I will play Will. Hey, Will. So I could tick up to prevent you from being able to Dragon's Fire this. Yeah, that seems good. So I'll tick it up and I'll play this land and I'll pass to you.
It's going to end up being a little late, I suspect. I will play Callous Blood Mage and make a token.
Okay.
Makes a pest.
Done?
Yep.
All right. This feels like a turn where I should just draw and see what's up. So I will. Draw 2. Not bad. So let's start with a expressive iteration. We'll put this in exile, this to my hand, this on bottom, and I'll play this.
What's another red source? A lot of
And
removal in hand, I guess.
I will go with a Shatter Skull Smashing for 1. I get the cost reduction there, which is cool.
I'll gain a life when this dies.
I guess
Go to
I'll
16.
go 1 and 1, and then I'll pass to you.
You have 5 in hand.
5 in hand. You know, Ray of Frost is my only card.
So 1 target creature's base power tone is 0-2.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to foretell as well. I have nothing I'm going to really do, so. 20 to 16, right?
Yes.
Yep. Nope, all good.
And you have 3 in hand?
4. One's Ray of Frost.
How do I want to play this turn?
Yeah, unfortunately, Rowan and Will, just not playable. Outside of this, I like the shell, but it's just not a good card.
Another Callous Blood Mage with a pest.
Okay. I'll tick up on this. Make it an 0-2. And I'll start with a 1 mana Behold. I'll take these 2. And let's go with a Gold Spend Dragon. Attack, get a treasure.
I'm at 12.
And play a Delver. Pass to you. Delver, Delver, Delver. Delver, Delver, Delver. Ronin Will just seems like it does so many different things and so many unique things that it should be good, but it just never is.
Okay. I would like to eat alive the Rowan sacking the pest, gain a life.
Just destroys it.
Exiles.
Okay.
Puts me at 13.
Sure.
Then I'd like to do the same thing to Goldspan Dragon. You get a treasure.
I get a treasure, and yeah, that's going to happen, unfortunately.
Okay, that's exiled.
Exiled, okay.
Pass
Had
the
a
turn.
choice between Jwari Disruption and another card. Believe it or not, I didn't go with the Jwari Disruption. All right. We got this. I'll start with a Expressive Iteration.
The fourth one?
Yeah, I want this in my hand. I'm going to play this. And put this here. And I'm going to foretell this card. An attack for 3.
I'm at 10.
And pass to you.
I think I am pretty dead.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would like to play Kalane.
Kalane, get yourself a treasure and stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
knock yourself out.
Sure. I will eat alive the Aberration.
Okay, I saw that one coming.
Okay. I'll play Den of the Bugbear and pass the turn.
All right. I'm not that good at flipping that Delver, unfortunately. An attack for 4.
I'm at 6.
Pass to you. My hand is surprisingly not good, though.
I know you have Cinderclasm.
Cinderclasm and Ray. You've seen both those.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the Ray.
Yep.
Well, that's not good.
You got some red creatures?
I'll play Goldspan Dragon.
Okay.
Play Den of the Bugbear, pass the turn.
Yeah, I'll tap
You
it.
got a treasure.
Okay.
Please don't flip.
Flip with a counter spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of gas. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. I kind of take it back. I kind of like the Delvers, hated the Rowans, and they don't work well together. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in trying a deck that maybe either plays more 2-drops, smaller creatures with Delver, and try to be that really tempo-y deck, and still play.
And there is a good creature for
Splash
doing
Lands?
that. I think it got previewed after you submitted. I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it, but it's a colorless blue 1/1, unblockable. And when it connects, you deals combat damage to a player, you loot, and then it has.
Oh yeah,
it's
and then it's a
daybound.
green card
And
on the back.
On the backside,
right?
it's a 2/1, can't be blocked. When it deals combat damage, draw a card.
Yep. Yep.
So you get to go turn 2 that, turn 3, you get a loot out of it, pass the turn with interaction, transform it, and now you've got a 2/1 that draws cards every turn that can't be blocked. That's pretty solid.
Okay.
Obviously
yeah.
very fragile as such a small creature, but
That's a deck.
that could definitely go into it. But honestly,
That's your homework for the weekend. You got to build a cool Delver deck.
but to me, I think this home for Delver is the best in possible because it gives another element to these mid-range decks where they can get ahead of you, especially for blue mid-range decks that are playing all these counter spells. That element of being aggressive right from the start for such a low cost is really, really nice. Usually people try to, sideboard down on removal against you too. It makes it hard for them to do that. And
Yeah.
you can actually just board the Delvers out and become a control deck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it gives you that option.
Whenever you bring in Cinderclasm, it should probably come out. I know I just did the opposite, but that can be a way of doing it, which I think is cool.
And normally that just wouldn't be possible because your land count is so high, but all the double face cards really make it possible to do that. So I actually think Delver does have a home in Standard, and it's exactly what you did in this deck.
Just without the Rowans. Those are bad.
And you need to massage numbers a little bit, as we always do. But I think that is the most intriguing home. That said, I'm going to try to build the Delver deck.
Yes.
Because it's so fun.
Yeah, and it could be like maybe Galazeth, Prismari, Goldspan Dragon, and Delver, and that's the only creatures. Something like that could be good. But hey, time will tell. We're going to play around with it a little bit more next week, but that's going to do it for us this week. We're going to thank some subs, we're going to thank some sponsors, and we're going to head out and go do some more brewing.
All right, we had a few subs today. Tomask Rask subscribed. Shafta 2004 for 32 months.
Shasta's good, man.
Privy
a lot of
B And
saying the
Ragnar
soda.
Forge for 19 months. Thank you to them and all of our other subs.
Okay, if you thank you for all of that support, and if you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And the SCG Tour Online is back starting tomorrow, and it's going to be historic. I think I'm going to play. I have been loving this Rakdos Arcanist list I've been playing. It is sweet. So satellites are going to be going on. Well, 4 of them tomorrow, 4 of them on Saturday to qualify for that Sunday Championship qualifier, which can get you into the Innistrad Midnight Hunt Championship or Set Championship. Can also send you to Roanoke here for the Invitational here over Halloween weekend. If you go 5-1, you'll get a bye. 6-0, you'll get 2 buys, and you'll be sent straight to Roanoke to Ross's house to stay with him until the Invitational, and that's just what happens. It's a perk.
Yeah.
You got some couch room, right? Oh yeah,
we got plenty of space in Rob's room. I know.
Yeah, it's a lot of comfy spots.
It's really nice.
I can attest. There's a lot of comfy locations in there. So everything excluding actually going to live at Ross's and Rob's house, you can get here with the SCG Tour
If you ask
Online.
nicely, you never know what'll happen.
You never know. Go to starcitygames.com/SCG Tour Online to get more information on that.
Catch me in the right mood.
Yeah. Might get some couch surfers.
You promised Ross some fancy beer from wherever you're from, probably.
Oh, yeah. That's a way to his heart. Absolutely.
Next up, if you want to be updating your collection now that you can start playing F&M and a little bit in paper, and you got to find some new cards, you want to pick up some of these pre-orders that Corey's going to tell you about pretty soon. You can sell your cards to SCG. They're always buying, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards in and let SCG do the work for you, vis-a-vis sorting and grading. You can make an appointment and come into the store and do your business in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make that appointment and have Star City Games come to you. So pick whichever option works best for your situation, and do always keep in mind that when trading in for store credit, you will get a 30% bonus.
Absolutely. And if you like all the cards we've been playing with recently, well, they're coming out soon, and you can be the first to order them. You can go to starcitygames.com/previews to be able to check out pre-ordered Innistrad Midnight Hunt sealed product as well as individual cards. So if you want to be the cool kid on the block and get these werewolves and stuff right away, pre-order all those busted green cards, because everybody's going to want them after this because, well, there's a lot of them. So head on over there and get your hands on them.
Yeah. Next up, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there.
Absolutely, and last order of business is the sale, and this week it is 15% off all played and heavily played foils. So, some good played, some good heavily played ones. If they're a little beat up, who cares?
Yeah, and get
they
those
still
last few
work.
cards you need for that foiled out cube, cool commander deck.
Oh, yeah.
This new standard decks.
Foils may not be my cup of tea, but, I know a lot of people that foil their decks out and then play with them, maybe Zach Allen being the number one.
Yep.
So if you're like Zach Allen, you want to get some cool stuff like that, go to starcitygames.com/sale to get more information on that. So that's going to do it for week 1 of preview season. We went 1-1, so we'll have to be, hitting those tiebreaker matches next week. Of course, we're going to be playing more Innistrad Standard next week because we've just scratched the surface. We're going to get the full set on Friday, and we're going to be sending out a lot of tweets asking y'all for deck lists. I think it's about time we do a Team Corey, Team Ross show here on Thursday. So we want to get the ideas from you, so get those brewing caps ready, and make sure to look out at Ross100 and at Corey Baumeister to be able to maybe see your deck on the Versus Live Felt next week.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a team battle next week, so just keep an eye out, and you'll be able to submit deck lists, and we'll pick our favorites.
Might even do just submit some deck lists for the Tuesday show as well. We might pick some of those as well, but a full dedicated show created by y'all on Thursday is going to be the plan. So that's going to do it for us, for Rob, for Ross Merriam. I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you next week.